Sorry, I hit the button, and I'm still trying to get some shit here. What do we got? The Uncomfortable Wife. How are we doing tonight? Of course, Dar's in here. Uncomfortable Wife. Tyrannus, missed your appointment, eh? Didn't miss mine, brother. Didn't miss mine. I'm my appointment's for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I am already backed into the door waiting. I got here about half an hour ago. So no, I did not miss my appointment. I have made all of my appointments. This is my third rounder this week. So I'm doing quite well, actually. What I'm doing is I'm going through my cigar. I've got like a miniature humidor in my truck, and I'm going through my cigar because I picked up cigars yesterday, and I was finally able to get my hands on the Metallicas. They're called Blackened. It's Metallica's new cigar, and they got one, and I know I've got one in here somewhere. I just have to, and I don't want to fucking shuffle. This is what it is, actually. It's a red case. It's solid like that, but when you open it, it holds all your cigars nice and neat, right? And then you've got your humidity pack up there, and you can put about eight or nine in there. It'll hold 8 or 9 comfortably, and it'll keep them fresh indefinitely as long as you've got the humidity pack. So I found the one I'm looking for here. So here we go. This is called an M81 Maduro. It is Blackened. That is the Metallica cigar. Sponsored by whatever, James Hetfield was instrumental in putting this cigar together, and the flavorings and the tastings. So I figured, what the hell, they had them they're here on a limited time. They're only limited, so I figured I better get some and try them out. So I've got one here, and we're going to try it out. There he is. Yeah, I'm here. Craig Hall, how you doing, brother? Let me just back this up. You guys are all ready. Uncomfortable Wife. Member holder, Chaos, Organized Chaos. How you doing, bro? Glad you're checking in. Everybody's doing well. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Let me know you're there. Uncomfortable Wife, Craig Hall, said ho. Rogue is in the house. Rogue Knight's here. How we doing, Rogue? Wheels down, ass up, or ass up, or ass down, wheels up. Who fucking knows? Finn Bader, what's going on? That's the way to be, Wheel Burner. Thank you very much. Dar, you buy flowers to store them away? Uh-oh. Do I want to know what Dar's doing? Did anyone know Just Trucking got arrested running 87 pounds of marijuana in a U-Haul in college? I finally figured out where he got his money from. Just Trucking got arrested hauling 87 pounds of marijuana. That's a nice haul, but it's not. That's no world record. Let me tell you that. That's no world record. 87 pounds. I'm a big fan of Blue Connecticut acids. You know what? I have not tried those, Tyrannus. There's one that Havana smokes. What the hell is it? It's something acid, or I should be able to remember this, and I don't. I'm sorry. But I want to try it. I do want to try it. It's one of those things. The next time I hear somebody say it, I'm going to have to write it down, because for some reason my memory is not the greatest. The last couple of couple of weeks here. So I'm having to write shit down. I don't know. Going to the doctor next week to maybe have some tests run about a couple of things. Memory is one of them. Shannon Thomas Trucking. How are you doing, love? Sore throat. Okay. Well, you know what then? Shh, keep it down, Shannon. You don't need to be so loud. Look at that. Hi, everyone. She's got a sore throat. Well, keep it down, Shannon. Jesus Christ, you're loud as hell here. Yeah, well, if he managed to keep the money, it was obviously a win for him. Yeah, 10-4 on that. He's not hurting for too bad for dough these days, so he's doing all right. I'm telling you, it's the meds. Blondes are pretty good asses. Thank you. Okay. Notepad. Blondes. You the man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. B's, North Carolina. Nevada Trucking and Trails. Almost went to fucking jail because of him yesterday. I asked Canada Customs about a friend of mine. When I rolled up to Canada Customs, they were doing something. They were running me through. I was crossing back into Canada. And I just nonchalantly asked the lady, I have a friend. He's based out of Vegas. His carrier may or may not ask him to run loads up to Canada, but he carries a weapon in his truck. It's registered. He's licensed. He's permitted to carry it, blah, 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 blah. If he was to come to Canada, what is the procedure with the firearm? And the girl went nuts. She didn't believe it was for a friend. Well, what do you mean it's for a friend? Who's the friend? Who's your friend? What's your friend's name? And they ran the whole fucking gamut of questions at me, from top to bottom. All of the questions. Where's your friend? What's he doing? Why would he be coming here? Who does he work for? What's his carrier? Are you sure it's your friend? Are you sure it's not you? Do you have any guns in your truck? Do you have any firearms in your truck? Are you carrying anything illegally? Holy shit, lady. I'm asking for a friend. I think it was my charming personality and my winning smile that got me out of it. But I was just asking for a friend. Like, for the love of Christ. Nevada, stay there. Don't come here. I'll come to your country. Don't come to mine. For the love of crap. I was waiting for her. They've got a little button under the, a panic button. I was waiting for her to hit it and waiting for them to just come out and fucking converge on my truck. They didn't, thank God, but I'm going to shut up for 2 minutes and light this because I'm not waving it around anymore. I'm dying to. You'd know it, eh? Look at that roll. That's a perfect roll. There's no spin in it. There's no, it doesn't look like a little cyclone. Oh, lots of flavor. Lots of flavor. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's get back here. Where are we? I'm telling you, we're okay. Let's start here. We said howdy, Mr. Bees. Uh, Nevada. Where are we rambling from? I'm in Elyria, Ohio. I'm about 25 miles due west of Cleveland, right off the 90 or 80. I'm out there. Uncomfortable says hi, Mr. B. Uncomfortable wife. 100-day cold in 100-day cold in Manitoba. Well, I hate to say this, but Manitoba deserves it. Shannon Thomas, I can't help myself. Well, you can't help be the littlest person with the loudest person. There we go. Uncomfortable wife. He isn't here. I'm alone. I'm assuming everybody's looking for Robin. Nevada, haha, dumbass. Yeah, fuck you, dumbass. You know what? It was an experience, but I got your answer for you. You know, you wanted the answer. I got you the answer. I assumed, and then after she calmed down, she did say that after I think it was 5 years ago, because you used to be able to roll up with a weapon and check it, but now you can't. So, now you know. Okay. T21, another member. Sorry, Nevada's a member too. T21, member in good standing. Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate that. Should have asked them for a friend. Can he haul nuclear placard or load him into Canada? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be sitting here if I'd have done that one. I'd still be there under arrest, rubber gloved. Uncomfortable life. Our country sucks. No, Manitoba sucks. The rest of Canada doesn't suck. Be honest with you. Just Canada. Or just Manitoba. Rudy, how you doing, brother? Dude, slow down on the emails, Rudy. Slow down on the emails. If I had to sit in a one block of time and watch every single thing that you sent me, bro, I could I'd burn off about fucking 10 gigs of data and about 4 hours of my day with the daily emails that you send. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but space them out, man. Space them out. I'm gonna live at least another 10 years. Space them out, dude. I appreciate it though. 21 saying hi to Dar. Comfortable life. Our country sucks. Chicken Hawk. What? Wheelburner Live? Love me some Wheelburner Live. Well, Chicken Hawk, I love me some Chicken Hawk. You the man. Although I'd love my Chicken Hawk a little more if his name was highlighted in green. You got the matches for a reason. Yeah, you're right. I got them. I like that butane one because you can light it a lot faster, but whatever. Yeah, light it up already. Thank you. It's done. Mm. That's the money shot right there. I don't know what the flavor is that I'm tasting in that. You know what? That's almost like a mahogany. It's like a wood. It's not pine. You know when you burn pine? It's not like it's like a mahogany. It's really distinctive. It's really. The trick is to get it in your mouth, but not inhale it and close your mouth and slowly release it out of your nose. And that's how you get the full flavor and the full taste of it. Damn, that is good. That is good. Try not rolling the window down, Craig. I like a good cigar, a little on the sweet side, but I don't know how to pick the good from bad. We're gonna work on that with Chicken Hawk. We'll come down. When we come down there in February, we're gonna set you up. You and I are gonna sit around in hopefully some heat. I'd like to be sitting in my shorts and a t-shirt while smoking a cigar. Sorry, I must have missed something here. Can't the comments just went ba-dunk, and I don't know where the hell I was. So yeah, I'm gonna bring some good ones down. What I'm gonna do, Chicken Hawk, is I'm gonna bring you down some Canadian, because you guys can't get Cubans down here, right? Now that's not to say like this one here. Um, it's a Nicaragua. Well, this is an American one actually, but most of them in my case, my humidor there, are either Nicaraguan or Honduran, and they're just as good. They're on par or just as good as the Cuban cigars these days. But I will bring you down some really good quality Cuban cigars, and we'll sit around and smoke, and I'll bring you down like a Monte Cristo #2 from down here, which is a Nicaraguan or a Dominican, sorry. And then I'll give you a Monte Cristo #2, and we'll swap them back and forth, and you can see the difference, the subtle differences. So Susan Barnes, hey Wheel Burner, how is it going, Susan? I'm doing great tonight. I'm doing really good tonight. I got parked in here early, so I was able to go live early. I don't want to be up late because I'm going to be running into the night tomorrow, so I need to be able to get a really good night's sleep tonight. I got to deliver here at 7, but I don't have to start my logbook to do it because the doors are already open on the trailer, and all they got to do is just start unloading, and I can be in bed. So, but then my pickup tomorrow is not till between 1 and 3 tomorrow afternoon. So if that be the case, then I'd like to be home tomorrow night. That means I'm going to be running late into the night or late into the evening tomorrow. So I'd like to be able to sleep. So I don't want to be on here too late tonight. I found that the Border Patrol down in Texas don't have a sense of humor. They always like to ask random questions. Where are you going? What state do you live in? They said, where were you born? Craig, what do you think they do? What do you think they do to us? Funny enough, though, Craig, I get into the United States. When I come into the US, it's less hassle to get into the States than it is for me to get back into Canada. When I cross into the US, they ask me, what's your citizenship? I say, tell them Canadian. I joked around once and said Mexican. They didn't think that was funny, but I say Canadian. Where are you going? I tell them Elyria, Ohio. What do you have? I tell them it's insulation. Do you have anything to declare? No, sir. Boom. Come on in. When I go back into Canada tomorrow, I'm going to be asked what I'm mind you, remember, I'm handing them a Canadian passport, right? A Canadian passport. What is your citizenship? Canadian. How long have you been in the States? And I don't tell them how long I've been in the States. I tell them when I crossed into the States. Let them do the fucking math. I crossed into the States yesterday after I came into the States in Alexandria Bay. I crossed at Alexandria Bay yesterday afternoon. Let them figure it out. Where did you go? Where was your reload? How many miles? Sometimes we'll say, how many miles was it from where you delivered to what your reload? What have you got on the trailer? Where's it going? Did you load it yourself? Does it seal? Fucking 100 questions coming back into Canada. I swear to God, I could smuggle shit into the States easier than I could smuggle shit back into my own country. It's ridiculous. I had to drive right past Chickie's place today, sadly, because I don't want to bring sore throat germs. That sucks. I was anticipating seeing a video, Shannon, of you sitting down there with Mike and sitting down there with Chicken Hawk and spending maybe an afternoon or an hour or whatever, or at least just hooking up and getting some quick video on it. That would have been really cool. That would have been stellar. Dars, hi Susan. I like a good cigar. Da da da. Try not rolling the window down, Craig. Oh, that sucks, Shannon. Evening, Dar. Shannon, Tom. Look at the fucking. It wasn't international, yeah. They're talking 100-day cold in Manitoba. Trucking with T-Bone. Somebody say ramblings. That's all I'm doing tonight, T-Bone. I'm gonna smoke a cigar and ramble, look at comments. Really, I've got nothing exciting. I've had one of those weeks. I've done 3 round turns. I went my first turn. I went from like Ottawa down to Jersey back up. Then I went, there to Ottawa down to Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania over to the port, Jersey, reloaded back up. Second trip was here, right? So I went from like Ottawa area out to Elyria, Ohio. I did one of these already, and now this is my second one. Dude, I couldn't buy some excitement. I mean, nothing exciting has really happened here. So there's nothing really, it's not like I'd like to sit here and report on something, you know, let's report on something. What do you want to talk about? Fucking a rail strike? The X or the what's going to be the end result if the rail goes on strike? There's 100 guys out there on YouTube breaking that down. You don't need me to do it. So whatever. I'm just Susan, is Wheelburner still able to long haul in Canada? I can long haul anywhere I want. I can long haul in Canada. I can US. I can't go into Mexico. Only because my carrier is not licensed to. Myself personally, I can go into Mexico. But I can't take the truck or trailer. We're not licensed for that. So yes, Susan, Jake, sum them up. Hey T-Bone, me and T-Bone were hanging out in Washington D.C. the other day for the first time. Nice meeting you, T-Bone. It was polarizing. That's nice. I like to hear about that. You know, for the amount of running around across the country that all of us do, it's amazing that we don't actually bump into each other more. I'm really surprised about that. I would have thought with, especially since I'm in the States more than I'm in Canada. Obviously, I'm not going to run into a lot of you guys up in Canada, but I'm going to run into you in the States. With the back and forth, east and west that you guys do, and for what I do and where I go, I have thought for sure that I'd have seen yous or bumped into yous, or I know I've been close to you and Danny, or yeah, you and Danny. I know I've been close to Britt a couple of times. I know that I've run through the same area that Shannon was either in or just leaving. I'm really surprised. Banana Puss, again, love the name. Dude, you're killing it with that name. Hey, man, I'm here today, hours, dimension, whatever works for you, brother. Weird, since I'm in Kentucky at the moment. There's no goddamn way I could keep up with all that. So let's just start. I'm just going to pick a fucking spot and go there. He'll be on late tonight. He can sleep in. No, I won't. No, I won't. We're 23 minutes into this live. We've got 23 minutes left and we're done. 23 minutes. That sounds freaking racist. Dar, house rules are being your bathing suit or swim naked. What's wrong with that? I have no problem with that. Absolutely none. Oh, Havana is here. Havana, have you smoked these yet? This is the blackened. The M81 is the blackened, the Metallica cigar. I don't know if you tried these or not. Sorry, you know what? The comments are so fucking out of control. I'm just going to go to the very end. I'm all caught up. Curtis is being an asshole. Somebody want to straighten him out, please? Please, somebody straighten him out. Brian is looking, Brian looks more chrome than usual. You know what? You're doing it. It's your fault. Having you living in my house is stressing me out to the point where I'm chroming out faster than I should be. Big Dog Leather, member. Evening, folks. How the hell are you doing tonight, brother? Hopefully all well. No, you can't get them, eh? That sucks. Because this is a very good cigar. I was actually breaking this down. Like so far, I've got like a nice, really. I'm only about a quarter of the way through this, and I've still got a really nice, like a woodsy, um, not quite like an earthy flavor to it, but a real nice woodsy. It's mild. It's not a harsh cigar yet. Mm. Yeah, fuckers, hit that like, please. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying it, and believe it or not, they're only Havana. They're only a limited time, eh? Like they're only putting them out. This isn't going to be a long running cigar, so um, they're not that expensive. I think this one here was $9. $9. Now I don't know what you consider like a high end cigar or not, but for me, a $9 cigar is I'm good with. I'm good with. You know, when we buy high end cigars in, well, remember in Canada, our dollar is different than yours, but for me, like a Monte Cristo number 2 or a Cohiba number 1, a Cohiba, you're upwards of $60 for one stick. One cigar, you're upwards of $60. Monte Cristo number 2, you're at $45. So for me to get these ones here at $8, I'm good with that. Am I skipping Dar's flower comments? I wouldn't do that. Am I supposed to be buying somebody? Am I supposed to be buying flowers for Dar? Is there something I missed here? So where the hell are you, Mr. B's? I'm in Elyria, Ohio, just west of Cleveland. Far enough away from Cleveland that I'm not getting the smell or the pollution or the whatever. I'm far enough away. Nothing wrong with that, wheel burner. If you arrive without a bathing suit, you swim naked. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, dude, I'm not bringing a bathing suit. I'm not. I got no problem swimming naked. I am not that I'm an exhibitionist, but I got no problem with nudity. Zero, zilch, nada, nothing. If it's a matter of, God, if you lived in a nudist community, okay, I'm still coming to visit. Yeah, I'll walk around naked. I don't care. Not that anybody else wants to see me naked, but I got no problem being naked. So, I barely have to see Kurt. Yeah, I saw him in his PJs. That was enough. You sent me that picture. I'm just smoking roll-ups. They last about 3 minutes. yeah, that's the problem. Can't wait to try it. You gotta get these. You gotta get these. If I was a really nice guy, I'd tell you, Havana, email me your address, because I've sent good Canadian cigars and good shit to James before. And if I was a really good guy, I'd say, Havana, send me your address and I'll mail you some. That's if I was a really good guy. That's not been determined yet. So my email address is wheelburnerexpress@gmail.com. But if I was a nice guy, I'd probably email you a couple of them and let you try them out. But I don't know if I'm a nice guy. Save me one wheel burner. I'll have. Don't you worry, Chicken Hawk. I'll have enough for you. You're trying to buy a whole box of them, eh? If he didn't have a whole box for me to buy. Otherwise, I would have bought. There was a limit of 5. You were only allowed to buy 5 to make sure everybody got some. Sounds like I'm getting some miles in this week. Yeah, I should be running in by the time I get back up to the yard tomorrow night. I'm going to be somewhere in around the 2850 to 2950. I'm going to be close to 3,000 for the week. But it's been a good week. It's been a profitable week. It's been a good fuel week, because these Elyria loads, these things are only 9,000 pounds. So I was 44,000 pounds going down to Pennsylvania. That hurt the fuel mileage going up and down the hills. I was 45,000 pounds coming back, so that hurt. But then the first Elyria load, I was 9,000 pounds coming out. I was 40,000 going back. And on this one here, I was 9,000 coming out, but I've already got my reload for tomorrow, and the weight on that is 11,000. So I'm going to be light going back. So it's going to be a good fuel mileage week as well. I would estimate that for the week, I obviously can't do it because I'm not done yet. But for the week, my fuel mileage for this week is going to be about 8.5, anywhere between 8.3 and 8.5. The first two loads going to Pennsylvania, heavy down and heavy back, set me back. But don't get me wrong, I got no problem with an 8.5 mile truck, 8.5 mile per gallon truck. I'm good with that. That's still good money for me. That's what happens when you pick up a guy from Welland. Yeah, no shit. You know how many times I've been tempted to leave him, take him back to Welland? Although the mayor of Welland called and said they don't want him back. So yeah, $9 for what could be 9 hours taste. Well, Banana Puss, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't smoke cigars like the average guy. Like my son-in-law, he smokes a cigar. He'll smoke a bit of it, but and then he puts it out or puts it down, walks away, does some shit. I'm a fucking crack addict. Like I'm pacing myself with this cigar, but realistically, I should be about 3/4 of the way done it by now. If I was driving, and just smoking a cigar, this cigar would be well over halfway to 3/4 of the way done, and I'm only got about 1/4 of it done. So yeah, I'm getting my money's worth out of this cigar right now. I like any wine or cigar that tastes good. I don't care if they cost $8 or $80. You know what? I used to be a snob, Chicken Hawk. I used to be a snob when it came, not about wine, obviously, because I don't drink, but when it came to cigars, I used to be a snob. I would only smoke Monte Cristo number 2s. I would only smoke Cohiba, Romeo number 2. Fuck that. You know what? It wasn't until somebody opened my eyes to some of the other blends and some of the other shit going on. The dollar value does not dictate. And this is actually, I got this from James. I didn't get this from James, but I continuously heard him say it. That the dollar value does not dictate the quality or the enjoyment of the cigar. I smoke a cigar because I enjoy it. And I like to try new cigars so I know what I enjoy. And if it's an $8 stick, it's an $8 stick. If it's a $4 stick, and Mr. B said to me, Brian, you got to try this cigar. It's $4. Go try this cigar. I'll try it. I don't care that it's $4. Mr. B's, yeah, thanks. It's almost like you people know something's, I got myself into some hot water this morning with Dar, so we're not going to talk about it, and neither is Dar, but all of a sudden this issue of Brian should be buying flowers for Dar is running through the comments. I'm going, you fuckers know something that I don't know? No, you're buying flowers for Curtis. I'm not buying jack shit for Curtis. Now, Dar. Now, let's be nice. Okay. We're you know what? I'm just bypassing these. What's one piece of advice you could give young men these days? I know it's a random question. One piece of advice. If it's just a general question about being a young man, don't be afraid to take that chance. Too many things in my life, too many good things in my life I missed because I was maybe afraid or I hesitated when I was younger to take a chance in life, regardless of what it is, whether it be with, a woman or with a job or an opportunity or whatever. If you're afraid to do something and you're worried about it, do it anyway. Push yourself through the fear until you're not afraid of it anymore. I guess that would be some advice for a young guy. Just a general question. Like, don't ask me advice about, what would be some good advice for a young guy about women? Wrong guy to ask. Don't ask me. You want to know young guys about trucking? You want to know young guys about fucking other shit? Don't ask me about women. Please, just don't. Oh, for Christ's sake, are you gonna let this go or what? You should check out Bert Kirst YouTube and Joe Rogan. They talk about cigars a lot. I love Bert and I love Joe. Both of them are awesome. Naked sounds fun. Marty, naked always sounds fun. As long as there's naked, nudity, baby oil, good music, and some food, count me in, baby. I'm always there. There's Dar continuously just running me into the ground here. Well, if they're a limited time supply, I definitely wouldn't share mine. Well, I would. Mr. Misunderstood, Wheel Burner and Dar, good evening. Curtis, Shorts, Craig, 690's in the house. Grand Wizard, good advice. Advice for young people, don't be a fuck up and call your mom. Well, I would agree with the first part. Second part, not so much. Oh. Brian, Brian, stay out. Don't come home for another week. Abort, abort. Holy Christ. There. See, that's how she gets me back. I don't buy her flowers. I don't have to buy flowers. For the price of those cats, each cat, there's at least a year and a half worth of flowers. I'm in the doghouse tonight. Havana, I'm in the doghouse. Clothes on the floor. I got to drive a shunt truck today, XD. Sweet deal, man. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Absolutely. Banana push. Absolutely, brother. Push through the fear. Got to be done. You're going to miss too much in life. You'll miss more in life by being afraid or not willing to take that chance or take that gamble. Definitely. There are times in my life now. I was a little wild and did a lot of shit. But there were things in my life that I'd wished that I'd actually taken a chance and gambled on or done this or done that. And at my age now, I can't go back and do it again. I can't. Yeah. Pussy's expensive, Chicken Hawk, one way or the other. What's a shunt truck? It's a yard truck, Chicken Hawk. When you go into a yard, it's basically a day cab with no cab, just a seat with a little box around it. When you go into the rail yards, the shunt trucks, you know what the hell those are. You're just being a dick. I know you know what it is. He knows what it is. He's just being a dork. Your dog, my guy. Yard dog, my guy. Yeah, anytime you go in, that's what you call them, yard dogs. The truck. Dar, you're getting him. Chicken Hawk, he doesn't listen to anybody. I call bullshit on that. You didn't know what a fucking shunt truck was? It's a shunt truck. You must have been somewhere where you pull into a massive warehouse somewhere and there's a shunt truck running around jockeying trailers in and out of the doors. They pull them out of the door, park them in the yard, take it empty, put it back in the door. You must know what that is. A cat is company while you're gone. Flowers are a show of a... Oh, Jesus, Robert. You're killing me. You're killing me. This is not going to end well for me. One would think, Robert, okay, yeah. Why do these games have to start at 8:30? Fuck Fuck the NFL. I don't watch the NFL. I am not a football guy. Why are truckers horny for a 3406? All older truckers are horny for a 3406 cat. They're horny for a 36 or 3406 or a 3406B because it is a 100 per. First of all, it's a cat, and it is pretty much unlimited to what you can do with it. You can dial the horsepower on those things. Like when you see back in the day those trucks that had like 1,000 or 1,100 horse, those are 3406. They are 100% mechanical. No chips, no computers, no nothing, you know? And they are torque monsters, absolute freaking torque monsters. They're crappy on fuel. They're absolutely crappy on fuel, but they're easy to fix. Parts at the time were readily available. You could drop one if you had the ability to do it. You could drop one in your driveway, take it apart, fix it, put it back together by yourself, right? They were an engine. There was no frills to it, and they were solid. They were bulletproof, right? You couldn't kill it. You could drive the shit out of it, put as much weight on it as you want, and it would pull it. They were great motors. I don't know. Do I need glasses? Do I look like I'm doing this when I'm trying to read comments? My vision's going wonky on me here. Yeah, we're so alike when we get into it. It's like fighting with myself. That's me and Dar. Dar's a female version of me sometimes. I know a lot spotter, yard dog, never heard it called a shunt truck. Not in 34 years of trucking. Well, I don't know where the hell you've been. I never heard it called a shunt truck. Was always a yard jockey to me. Yard jockey, yard dog. Usually when I'm pulling into a yard, and they've got the sign out front, the go to channel, whatever, that yard runs on channel 5. So you go to channel 5. I call out for the yard dog, right? Hey, yard dog. If you go shunt driver, they sometimes look at you. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut up, Grand Wizard. Just grow some damn flowers. I've known drivers that would give up love for the 3406. I wouldn't. Or a spotter. I've never heard them called spotter. Yard dog, yard jockey. I'd rather have a 60 series over a 3406. Okay, Curtis. I would rather a 60 series over a 3406 as well. Just for fuel mileage. But if you were pulling super heavy, if you had super heavy or you were doing like hardcore construction, and you want the 3406. If you're pulling stuff and fuel mileage isn't an option, like you're pulling 200,000 pounds on a big long on a super float or something like that, and fuel's not an option, you want a 3406. You don't want a 60 series. If you're just doing general freight, take the 60 series. All right, I must be the only one. Must be a Canadian thing. Yeah, probably. Robert is probably a cat-loving pussy trucker. Wow. Yeah, we call them yard dogs. That's what I call it. When I grab them on the radio, I call for the yard dog. I love me some ECUs. I prefer them to mechanical engines. Yeah, until you got to fix them, diagnose them, replace them. You know what the ECU is on this thing? $6,000 on this thing. You know what the ECU is on a 60 series? You know what the ECU is on that 3406? It's nice to receive than to have. Keep alive. Can you guys want to get off the flowers, please? Just get off the flowers. We're done with it. 3406 is mechanical. You are correct. 3406. I think what they do, they went from the 3406 and they went to 3406B, and then they had the 3408, and then they went to what, the C15. If IH guy's in here, he'd know this. I think then they went from the C15 and the C13. I think that's what that was the progression, right? Just like Cummins, Cummins had the N14, then they had the N14 red top, and then they went to the ISX platform, and now they're at the X15 platform. So, 3406 was the engine of the day. Chicken Hawk, I agree. If you got your hands on one and it was healthy and it was you could turn it on. Like if you had one in 1981, if you had one, you could start it in 1981 and it would just still be running today if you never turned it off. All you had to do is keep adding fuel and changing the oil. That engine would run indefinitely for the rest of its life. You never had to turn it off. NFL pussies compared to rugby. I agree, Robert, 100%. That's a good point, Mr. B. I didn't catch Mr. B's point. I solved my flower problem years ago. I bought her a car and a house. Problem solved. Dar? Dar? Got a nice car. It's pretty much your house. I'm only in it 4 days, 5 days a month. Thanks, Mr. B. Oh, a shunt truck. I thought you were saying a short truck. No, that's what Robin rides. The short bus. That's what Curtis rides too. 100% mechanical means it'll run away. Dude, that was very rare. It didn't happen very often. But when it did, yeah, the motor grenaded. There was nothing you could do. What about a cunt truck? Havana, I don't know about that. It's been a lot of years since I've seen one of those. Shannon's laughing. A T-bone. That's all I ran. 3406 with an 18 speed at 13. We didn't care about fuel back then. Well, that's because fuel back then was 26 cents a gallon, right? 26 to 45 cents a gallon back in those days. Like a Mack E7. Bulldog, you're correct. Bulletproof. You could stand at the front of that truck with a 45 Magnum and shoot a fucking slug through the fucking front of that block, and it would run for another hour before it let go. I can't imagine driving the mountains without an 18-speed Chicken Hawk. Well, 690, I've run most of my trucks, with the exception of one, I had a 13, but most of my trucks have always been 18s. But I've run the mountains in a 13. It can be done. It's just knowing your truck, knowing your gear progressions up and down, and knowing how to use your jakes. Guys don't know how to use their jakes properly with their gears, with their RPMs. When they learn how to do that properly, you can run through the fucking mountains with any gear, with any set gear pattern. 18 is nice. It is, and I agree. It's always nice. I've always liked an 18 speed just for the simple fact that I never had to worry about, I always had a gear available to me. No matter what situation I was in, I always had a gear available to me. That's why I always liked having an 18 speed. But I've got no problem with a 13. I can run mountains in a 13. I don't know if I'd want to try running with a 10. I don't know if I could drive a 10 speed. I'd have to take a refresher course on the gear pattern for that, because I think you actually got to use the six spot, don't you, in a 10. But I don't think I'd want to try with a 10, but a 13 or an 18, I can go through the mountains with either and be just as comfortable. We'll call them shunners. Did you mean 669? UB6, IB9. Anybody tell me where that came from? UB6, IB9. Where did that come from? That's from a movie. Anybody? We're going to show some people here. If anybody knows, you're going to be showing your age. Nick Earl, what's up, brother? We're doing well tonight, dude. Sitting here just having a cigar. I'm out in Ohio. I got not a whole lot going on, just killing some time here. Thought I'd go live just to see what's going on. I want to see what you guys are doing. What's the country doing? Are we talking about trucks or women? 18 speed, 13 speed, fast women, slow women. Dude, it's all interchangeable. It's all interchangeable. Believe me, the costs of them are pretty much on par. Banana Puss. Oh my God, am I going to read this? Blessed be your day, brother. I'm off to horizontal. Okay, you're going to bed. I'm not reading all of that. Fuck. Thanks, man. If you're already gone, see ya. Rebuilds are cheaper on mechanical engines too. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can get a 60 series Detroit. That 60 series I had in that W9. That thing there was rebuilt from top to bottom, $17,000. Top to bottom, $17,000. Try doing that with a DD15. 3406E, then C15. Curtis, you Googling bastard, you. Attaboy. 18 wheels. 3406E. I stand corrected. I am not too big to say that I was wrong. I was wrong. Give me a V8. What are you, tomato juice drinking motherfucker too? Woo. Somebody's at the side of my truck here. Wait a damn minute. Are we talking about trucks on a trucking channel? No way. No, we're not doing that. Let's go back to NFL. Let's go back to talking about NFL. Look how far behind I am. Grand Wizard 3408 won't fit into a truck. It's a marine application. I know, but it has been done. I know a guy that's got a 379P. I don't know him personally, but I do know that it's been done. He put a 379 with a 3408 in it, had the marine cam in it, obviously, and the thing was dropping out over 1,200 horsepower and 3,000 something foot-pounds of torque. I did a video. If you go back on my channel to the very beginning, one of the very first videos I did was on a guy. His name was Bill something or another. And that's what he had in his truck. And I did a video on it. The 3406 can be built up into anything bigger than a 15 liter. It is just different cylinder packs. Okay, I want another cat wife. He had zero to do with the cost of the cats. Dar's going to shut down the live. Well, probably not. Actually, she can't. I don't think she can do it from home. I'm a wheel burner. I'm a fish hauler. I always ran the coast. Not a lot of mountains. Earl Paddock used to send 10-speed into the mountains running oversized. Yeah. Jer, I know that there was a couple of Earl Paddock trucks I looked at years ago. They were T800s. They were, remember the Aberfoyle, the Transex Aberfoyle yard? Remember that guy that had that shop across the street behind the Tim Hortons? He was always picking those up, and they all had 10 speeds in them. And I wasn't going to touch one. 18 speed for under 400 horse, a 770 Scania, you only need 12. You know what? It don't matter to me anymore either way. I'm running a 12-speed auto, so I ran the mountains with a 10 speed with 750 horse. You'd need it with a 10 because you'd be lagging that thing, because if you don't have a 13 or an 18 and you don't have the ability to split them on the high end, you'd need a lot of horsepower with a 10 speed. Sorry, I think somebody's talking to me here. No, they're not. Fistful of dollars. I wish Scania was in the States. I'm surprised they're not. I'm surprised. Like, of course, I think DAF is PACCAR. If I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm sure somebody here is going to correct me. Curtis. Um, I think Scania. Who is it related? Who's Scania relation to? Is it Mercedes, which would then be Daimler, which would then be Freightliner? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Stuart, it all depends on the application. 18 for a good road truck is overkill, but good for heavy haul. That's why I always had an 18. I did a lot of heavy and oversized, so I had the 18 for it. If I didn't need it, then I could drive it like a 13. You don't have to split the bottom end, right? You can drive it like a 13. I just born in the good year of 69. So was I, Banana Puss. So was I. In the good old year of 69. Checking in from Volunteer State. Good show. Thanks, Sean. Glad you're checking in. Chicken Hawk, Stuart Warbley. I used to order 18 speeds because that transmission can do anything. Flats, mountains, go low with low boy coming out loaded in dirt. It leaves you options. And that's why I say I always had an 18 because no matter what situation I was in, I always had a gear available to me. And that's why I always ran with an 18. Now I've got a 12-speed auto, and I'm good for what I do. I don't plan to do any oversize. I don't plan. Although the company that bought mine, they have a very big heavy haul division, and I've been asked because of my experience to go over there. I've chosen not to do it. I could possibly make more money, but it's not something at this stage in my life I want to get back into. I got out of that to regular flatbedding. Now I've made the progression to just vans, and I think I'm just going to stay here. I think I'm just going to stay here in vans. If you're pulling oversized or super heavy, yeah, 18 speed. But for the majority, grossing out at 13 speed. Stuart, I agree. 100% agree. I always had the 18, but when I was just running around with general freight, or if I had, even if it was an oversized load, if I was under 80,000 pounds, I could drive it. I could drive my 18, just like a 13, and not have any problems. So that's not bad. Who needs a rebuild? I treat trucks like ex-wives. Use them while they're in their prime and then get rid of them. The truth hurts sometimes. I'm not touching that, Jack. I'm not touching that. Even a 13 usually gets driven like an 8 other than a high gear. Doesn't hurt to have extra gears, though. I've always liked the ability to grab a gear if I need it. So anything is possible. Jerry says anything is possible with enough time and money. I agree. If you've got time and money, you can pretty much put any package together you want. Karen Manthorm, hey Karen, glad you're here. Jerry, I got an issue going on. I just got these glasses for because my vision flipped and did that flip flop, and now my vision's changing again. I can still put the glasses on and still got my distance pretty good, but now my reading is going. So now I'm doing this. If I'm this close to it, I can read it. If I get back to there, things start to go fuzzy. So I don't know. I got to go back to. I'm going back to the doctor next week. I'm gonna get this figured out. Grand Wizard Dar is revved up. Oh, Dar's on fire. Dar's been revved up all day. Did he say Dahmer? Dahmer, like Dahmer Chrysler, Dahmer. I don't know how I'm pronouncing it. Scania is owned by Volkswagen. Yeah, well, Volkswagen owns a lot of shit. Scania is some Scania is some Soviet bloc bullshit truck. They were up in New Jersey in the 1990s, but only Russians and Polish drivers bought them. I didn't know that. The Scania 770 has 2,900 foot-pounds of torque, factory spec, pisses over everything on the road, and 100,000 at 10,000 foot mountains. It does need 8 miles American It does 8 miles to the American gallon. A 650 V8 is ample if you ain't running mountains. I would very much like Robert to come over there. I'd like to come over to Europe, not to vacation because I know where Dar's going to jump all over. I'd like to come over and sample your trucks, like the Mercedes, the Scanias, the DAF. I'd like to come over and check ride or sample your trucks. I'd make videos on all of it. I really would. There's 2 guys in Quebec running Scanias. One's a V8, the other one's a normal six cylinder. Gotta go. Hot tub is temperature, and I'm getting naked. I'm going in naked. Well, I'm glad you let us know. I'm nearsighted too. Shit, that sucks ass. I wasn't always nearsighted. For years, I needed reading glasses. And then I woke up one day, and I don't know what it was, and the doctors couldn't explain it, but I woke up one day, and I could read perfectly fine, but I couldn't see fucking 100 yards up the road. So I went and got my eyes tested, and my prescription had totally flip-flopped. So then I got these glasses now, and they're for distance because I've had no problem reading and everything like that. And they're strictly for distance, so I could drive and read and everything. And now it's starting to, like, my reading is starting to look like this. I don't know. Dar and I were talking about this. It's some of the meds that I'm taking. It might actually be some side effects, some longer term side effects, because I've been on these meds now for a year, and these might be side effects that I'm feeling from this. So we're gonna, like I said, I've got to go to the doctor next week, and all of this is going to be turned in, and like we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to request a battery of tests. So bifocals. Yeah, we already talked about you and being bi tonight, so you keep the focals out of it. How is the Cascadia in terms of road noise? I've got a 2020, Quinn, and I do a lot of videos where I've got my GoPros set up, and they're shooting out the front of the truck. And any noise that you hear, the microphone, any noise inside the truck, the microphones on these things are pretty sensitive. They pick them up, they pick it up. Myself personally, I'm happy with it. I don't know, maybe I got one that was built, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I didn't get a Monday or Friday. But for the bang for the buck, I'm happy with it. It's fairly quiet. Now, will I say, was it as quiet as, say, my Volvo was? No. That Volvo was, you could be doing 70 miles an hour in that Volvo and whisper to each other across the seats. That's how quiet that thing is. But is this thing quiet? I'm happy with it. I don't have, I've got all the cabinets. I don't have the mesh and all that shit in it. I've got the cabinets. None of my cabinets rattle. There's no rattling going down. There's nothing rattling around. I've got my only issue is I had a squeak in my seat, and I took care of that. So, bang for buck, I'm happy with this truck. It has done everything that I paid for. I didn't go high end. I could have, and I didn't. I wanted to spend this amount of money, right? I set my budget, so I knew what I wanted to spend. I wanted to spend this amount of money and get the best truck that I possibly could for that, and that's what I got. And I'm pleased. It's got a lifetime average of over 8 miles per gallon. Depending on how I drive it and the terrain I'm in, I'm usually in the mid 8s. So fuel mileage wise, I can't ask for anything better. I think Chicken Hawk, he's got a 23 T680, and his fuel mileage is maybe a little better than mine. I think he's probably between 8.5 and maybe top and 9. But I'm good with an average of 8.5 miles a gallon, 8.5 to 8.8. I'm in there. I'm good with that. So I hope that answers your question. Road noise, I'm good with. It's fairly quiet. I'm probably the noisiest fucking thing in here. Let me just put it that way, okay? I'm probably the noisiest thing in here. Good here, Brian. Actually, just getting in. Volkswagen bought international trucks. Yeah, I heard about that. They did that last year, Chicken Hawk. Last year they did that. Daimler. I always knew it's Daimler. Am I saying that right, Jer? Daimler. It's not Daimler. Daimler. It's Daimler. 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 Daimler Chrysler. Daimler. Scania is Dutch. I'm getting fucking English lessons here. From Jeremy, of all goddamn fucking people, I'm getting English lessons. Jesus Christ. Next, I'll be getting fucking marriage advice. Chicken Hawk. International is getting a Scania platform. Well, I'll be honest with you. International can't do anything else wrong. It won't hurt International. Let me put it this way. It won't hurt International to go with another platform. I've driven the ProStar and the LT, pretty much the same thing. I've never driven a Lone Star. I got a buddy of mine. He just got out of one. And it was a piece of shit. They look good. They're, in my opinion, they look good. Like when you see one coming up behind you, you think there's a fucking train coming. They look awesome. They look mean. But as far as from what I understand, they're garbage. Absolutely garbage. The new LTs are garbage. The new ProStars are garbage. And this is coming from, again, I've driven them. I've not done long-term in them, so I can't give you like a 1 year assessment on one. But the company I'm with, KBD, that was their fleet truck, right? They went from, they had the ProStars. I think they started buying the ProStars in 16 or 17, and then they went to the LTs, and they've been nothing but fucking boat anchors, absolute boat anchors. So international might as well just stick to the middleweight trucks. Their heavyweights are junksies. Bulldog agree. That's what I was just saying. They're boat anchors. Robert Tech Trucking, you're a Pollock or something. The Scania won't stand up to North America long haul. Well, Chicken Hawk, I don't know if you. I'm pretty sure you know who Robert is. He's an Englishman, so we know he's not a Pollock. And if he was, that'd be okay. I'm still gonna love my Robert anyway. But I do agree, and that's after talking to another friend of mine in Germany. A lot of these guys don't run, these V8s over there with the 750, 800 horsepower engines. The durability on them wouldn't be able to handle what we do in North America. Right? These guys over there are not running 3,000 plus miles a week on their engines. So that would have to be tested. You'd have to bring over a fleet of these things, put them into a fleet like ours, like the one I'm in, or another bigger fleet, and you'd have to pound them out. You'd have to run them from East Coast to West Coast, run them through mountains, run them across the desert, run them through -40, run them through all of that and see how well they do. Over, say, a 365-day period. I don't think you could get a fair assessment on these things, doing it over like a 90-day trial. It wouldn't stand up. We call the Mercedes, which is the Detroit block, the German hill detector. That's actually funny. But I don't know if I want to look at that, Chicken Hawk. I don't know if I want to press play and look at that. I'm afraid. He's going hot tubbing, and he just sent me a video. I don't know if I press play and I look at it, I'm going to put it up here. Mr. Bees, I had a rattle in my KW at 55. Shit drove me nuts for years. Never found out what it was. Dude, I had a squeak in my Volvo. Never knew what it was. Never found out. I had that truck for 6 years. Never figured it out. I had a clunking sound, not a clunk, but when I was driving in my Peterbilt in the 386 Pete. Never figured that one out. Ripped that truck to pieces. Same with the Volvo. Ripped the truck to pieces. Could not figure it out. Jer says I am the noisiest thing anywhere. I don't agree with that. Yeah, okay, I do agree with that. Yeah, no, Curtis agrees. Dar agrees. Fiat Chrysler. Fiat owns Chrysler, but who owns Fiat, Marty? I think one of the big ones. I think one of the big ones own Fiat. Bull of the Wood. What's up, motherfucker? I put the motherfucker on there, TJ. Sorry. I took the liberty of throwing the motherfucker on there. My apologies. If you were wanting to keep this clean and everything, I just ruined it for you. You're welcome. You're welcome to tell me off. Chicken Hawk, piss off, you wanker. Okay, here we go. Piss off, you wanker. Scania ran Sweden to Saudi Arabia, the longest trucking route in the world. I'm not Swedish, but I can recognize a good rig. Okay, I did not know about that. I'm sure Chicken Hawk didn't know about that. But let's keep it civil. I love you, Robert, but I love me some Chicken Hawk too. You two got to talk nice to each other. You want to sit in here? We're not. Now, mind you, if you both want to get together and get in the ring and knock the shit out of each other, I'll fucking watch that all day long. But in here, try to behave. Asking you shall receive. At least I can tell you what not to do. There you go. Karen, put your decorations up. Make yourself happy. Yep. Binge watched the new Wednesday Addams show on Netflix. It was awesome. I have not seen that. I don't even know what the hell that is. A couple of Scanias running around the port in Newark. There's a lot of weird shit running around the port in Newark, Jer. Some of it's on two legs. Then Karen's got a lot of baking to do. We'll be expecting some of that, Karen. Yeah, most of them over there run Mercedes, and but Sandland is very hard on trucks. Yeah. I'm talking to the Scania owner that stopped at the Flying J. It's an 04 Scania with a V8, no emissions. He's been running it for years and had no issues. He runs all over Eastern North America. What about parts? Where are you going to get parts for that thing? You know, that's what I want to know. Where are you going to get parts for one of those things? I don't know of any Scania dealers around, so I know that Ontario, we had one in Ontario, but it's not there anymore. Mr. B says, howdy, Robert, across the big pond. That's what Scania needs, a network. IH, if they can buy that, they're in America and they're developing a new bullnose conventional too. They're a coming. I've heard that before. The Swedish are coming. One dump truck and one float. Okay. It's all East Coast goodies. Well, Karen, I'll take East Coast goodies. I'm good with that. No problem. Chaos. Don't hear about the pilot in San Antonio that went up. Not sure what you're talking about. A pilot in San Antonio that went up. It went up what? Went up in flames? Went down in flames? Went what? You got me talking so fast. My cigar keeps going out. At least I'll get my $9 worth out of it. So I'm going to take a chance here and press play. 98. He keeps his jacuzzi at 98, his hot tub at 98. We used to keep ours at 101. 98. That's it? Dude, that's it? What are you doing? That's it. 98 and showing your feet going in. Jesus. Burned to the ground. Wow. Okay, it burnt to the ground. So, okay, I'm trying to the pilot in San Antonio. I know the pilot in San Antonio. Wasn't that pretty, Jared? We used to go in there when we were running those wire loads down, those Prismium loads. We'd go into that J down in San Antonio. Wasn't that a fucking dumpster down there? I'm pretty sure it was. He's a connection in Montreal. He has waited less than a week for any part needed, and it costs less than any Volvo or Daimler part. That's good to know. If you've got a connection and you can get it done, that's good to know. Okay, question, Brian. Why do Pete's motors sound like they got a tick in the motor? Not all Pete's. You know, you can get a Peterbilt with a Cummins, or back in the day you used to be able to get them, but a lot of engines, for example, the Cummins engines. I don't know about the PACCAR engines. Those things are pretty damn quiet. But I know that the Cummins always, the ISX has always had a tick in it. Always a tick. And I wish IH guy was in here. I'm not sure if he is. Wizard, you might be able to answer this as well. The tick, I think, is always, and it's Cummins are always famous for it's something to do with a lifter or something, is it not? And there's always one. It's just a tick. It's not it's not harmful to the engine. It doesn't do anything. It's not a problem. But at some point or another, just about every engine, as far as I know, will develop a tick. My DD15, the Detroit in this, I don't have one yet. But I had one in the 60 series. My Volvo eventually had one that had a D13 in it. My Peterbilt had one that had an ISX in it. They all eventually will develop a tick. Yeah, it was a dumpster, and now it's a dumpster fire. You know what, Wizard? He didn't even show cock and balls. All he showed was his feet. And he's got the interior, I guess his hot tub, same as ours used to have. It had the interior lights. You could change the lights so the water would be red or yellow or blue. So he had blue water, and it showed his feet going in. I'm like, what are you doing sending me that? I can see that anywhere. Jesus. There you go, Wizard. Yes, I agree. All diesels naturally sound like they've got a tick. If they don't, when they're coming off the showroom floor after enough time, they will eventually develop a tick. We just passed two today that had really loud ticks. Well, if you could hear a tick while it's driving, that's a different story. Like if you're running down the highway and you got your window down and there's a truck beside you and you can hear tick, 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 tick in its motor while it's running down the highway, that's a problem. That's not a fucking, you know, that's not something that's common to every truck. That guy's got something going on. Grand Wizard, true story. PACCAR sounds like the Volvos are out of adjustment. PACCARs are quiet, man. Those things are quiet engines. I believe myself personally, I've listened to the new Volvo D13s, or at least the 23s. Those things are silent. The PACCARs are PACCAR. I always say that funny. This PACCAR, but the PACCARs are I would say they're probably for sound wise. If you put Chicken Hawk's truck, park it beside one of the new Volvos, the 760s, if you took them and put them side by side and just let them idle, I'd say they're pretty close sound wise. My Volvo, when I first got it, it was brand new, dude. I almost had to put my hand on the dash because I was coming out of an ISX, right? A big loud Cummins. I had to put my hand on the goddamn dash to make that. When I first got that truck, Jeremy had what was it? You had a binder, but what was it? A 98, not a 98, a 9200 Eagle or something. And he had a C13 Cat, and his truck idling beside my truck, you couldn't hear. You couldn't hear my truck. It was so quiet. So just the idling noise. And I know going down the road, those Volvo D13s are silent. They're quiet as hell. I also know that the new PACCAR motors going down the road are super quiet. Now, I've not had the opportunity to have an X15 to sample one and take one out for a drive. So I can't tell you. But I know that this DD15 that I've got, it's a 15 liter. It's quiet. Like it's quiet. Like Dara and I have been driving down the road and we're talking, and I wouldn't be talking to her as loud as I'm talking to you guys right now. We could carry on a conversation with no issue whatsoever. It's quiet. Good on the vibration. Yeah, lifter check. Volvo valve clap pans, just straight compression ignition. Yeah, it's just a tick. It's not hurting the engine. It's not doing anything. Well, I've developed a tick. Let me tell you something, Tyrannus. I've got about 5 of them going right now. Can't figure it out. And these ones hurt, dude. These ones hurt. I heard the ticks with my window up. Well, that guy's got more issues than a fucking lifter. PACCAR was developed from English Leyland engines. PACCAR bought them back in the late 90s. It's got some grunt, but they still have some problems. We had back then. Watch your belts. So far right now, as far as I can tell, the PACCARs are not bad motors. I think if I was to buy, if I buy a T680, I'm going to go with the Cummins. Only because, first of all, they are durable. I do know, and I do like the motor, but I also like the ability that I can get that Cummins fixed anywhere. If you've got a PACCAR, I went through this with the Volvo. If you've got a Volvo with a D13 Volvo engine, if you're out on the highway and it breaks, you got to go to Volvo or a Volvo associated shop. If you got a Cummins, you can go to International, you can go to Volvo, you can go to fucking Peterbilt, you can go to Kenworth, you can go Western Star, you can go anywhere because they all work on Cummins engines. So I would think I'm going to go with the T680. I'm going to go with the X15. And that's going to be my engine platform. That's what I'm going to go with. Ticks are okay. It's the knocks that you'll worry about. I agree. Wizard, I absolutely agree. C13s are garbage. Co-development with Navistar, which also helped create MaxxForce. I think the C13 was first, Curtis. I think the C13 was first, and then when Cat stopped making them because of the emissions, I think Navistar bought the rights to the C13 block and a lot of the stuff to go with it. And MaxxForce, they developed the MaxxForce 13 and 15, and they couldn't make it work. Because I remember the MaxxForce came out, and they were saying that it was going to be the only one that didn't require DEF and all this other shit. So I'm not sure. But I could be wrong, but I think I could be right. This truck in life, hey man, thank God you're here. Don't know where we've been without you, man. Hey, Wheelburner in chat. Grand Wizard. Old school, new school. My choices are Cummins or Detroit for that same reason. Just about anyone can work on them. Yes, I like that. I liked the Volvo motor. I didn't like the price tag on them to get them fixed. I'll be honest with you. they are pricey and they're overpriced. Volvo overcharges to fix those things. And I did learn a valuable lesson with those motors that they had to go to Volvo to get fixed. I had one guy, he owned a shop. The name of the shop is called Diesel Brothers. He's up in Wisconsin, and he was a Volvo specialist. So he wasn't a Volvo dealer, and he wasn't associated with Volvo, but he was a Volvo. He was a Volvo specialist. So I used to take my truck if I could get it to him. His name was Pat. Awesome mechanic, technician. Knew him and his guys knew their shit impeccably. So if you are a Volvo driver, a Volvo owner, check out Diesel Tech up in where is he? He's up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Fantastic. Does not overcharge. Will find your problem if you've got it and will fix it, guaranteed. He's hands down better than any Volvo dealer or Volvo tech that I've ever met in my life. Grand Wizard, I worry about 90% of the truckers. Them big trucks scare me sometimes. Had a few scary moments close to trucks. Karen, try being in another truck besides some of these truck drivers. It is scary. It is scary. Taillights, diesel smoke. I am correct. Well, that's one today. At least I was right one today. Never drive beside a semi. Blowout will end your life. That's a good point. That's a good point. If you're being passed by a semi, let it go. If you're passing one, don't do it slow. Like if the speed limit's 65 miles an hour, the truck's doing 64 and you're doing 65, don't pass him at 65. Take it up to 70, 75. Get by him quickly, pull in, and then reset your speed. It drives us nuts as drivers, as truck drivers out here. It drives us absolutely batshit crazy that people in cars will actually pull out, pass us, and take a full minute to get by us. Do not do. You are taking your life in your hands. On one side of my truck, okay, I've got 9 tires. If any one of those tires blows out, and your car is going to take it, you're screwed. If it doesn't kill you and blow you off, if it doesn't blow you off the road and kill you, it'll damage your car. It'll blow out your windows. When passing a semi or passing an 18-wheeler, come out, pass it as quickly as possible, pull back in, and carry on about your business. Don't fuck around. I absolutely hate people that do that because, man, I'm telling you, you're taking your life in your hands doing it. You really are. Never drive beside a semi. A blowout will end your life. Grand Wizard, agree. Absolutely agree. If you're not familiar with it, Karen, go Google or go on YouTube and just Google tractor tire blowouts. Man, I've seen one of these things go off. Some guy was standing on the tire, thought he was being funny, and the fucking thing went off. It shot him up, broke both his legs, broke his hips, snapped his freaking hips, broke both his legs, snapped his hips, and sent him up. Then he hit the top of the shop, the ceiling. It almost killed him. Absolutely almost killed him. Do not mess around with these. So if one of these things goes out, and remember, if it's on the truck and we're rolling, that means there's even more added pressure on that tire, right? Depending on how much weight you distribute 80,000 pounds over 18 tires, but that's still more added weight. Do not do it, man. We always make sure to give them a lot of space. We're behind the semi, and then driver was falling asleep at the wheel. Hubby passes trucks at 110 to get by. There you go. I don't mess around. When I'm in my car, I don't mess around with trucks, right? I don't mess around with trucks. I pull out, get by, get in front. I tell Dar the same thing. My kids the same thing. Absolutely 100% on what to did. TJ's drinking, I think. I think TJ's into the sauce. For some reason, Robin is not. Okay, Robin's in the chats, but I can't see him. I don't know if he's blocked. I don't think he is. I don't think I blocked him. On the way back from my G test, Dar and I got stuck behind a guy that would slowly pass a semi, but sped up once they got past. Yeah, that's stupid. What fucking drives me around the bend is you come up I'm driving my truck, you pull them up behind me, pass me, get in front of me, and then slow down. What are you doing? I didn't kick my cruise off. I'm still doing 64 miles an hour or 63 miles an hour. Why am I having to kick my cruise? Why did you pass me so you can get in front of me and slow down? Yeah, I kind of figured that. You're good. I'm looking forward to when the new scale house in the 401 eastbound opens in Gananoque. Quinn, you're a nut. Are you out of your absolute freaking mind? That they spent $1 billion on that because they built it. They started to build it. Then they tore part of it down. Then they rebuilt, whatever. That scale house is going to be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 365 days a year. They are going to get every penny they can out of that. And because of where it is in Gananoque, it's like that's one of the busiest chutes on that corridor. That scale house is going to be running 24/7. I guarantee you it is going to be the biggest nuisance, pain in the ass. Now, is it going to be good for the guys that aren't running legal? Yeah. It's going to be a pain in the ass for the guys that are not running legal. But guys like me, it's a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. Insta-kill. Back in the day, we had split rims. You try putting a split rim, put split rims on these trucks now. Although I think they were more durable, right, Mr. Beast? They were more durable. 110 PSI, you don't fuck around with. It's bad enough with car tires. Clips, I agree. Absolutely agree. My steer tires, I run my steer tires at 100, between 110 and 115. I run my drive tires at about 100, 101. That's a lot of pressure. You put 80,000 pounds on those tires and one of those things blows out, it's taking you, your car, everybody in the car, you're going for a ride. Bottom line. I was on the phone when one blew. My hubby was working, sounded like a gunshot. Try being in one. I've had tire blowouts. I've had a tire blowout on my truck, on the truck itself and the trailer. Even when one goes on the trailer, it's still enough to give you a boop, boop, like you know it in the truck. Can't sleep. I'm back on another. Can't sleep. I'm back. I'm on another backy tube. Okay. I'm glad you came back. I missed you. I did, Banana Puss. Glad you're here. I missed you. Especially in the winter, snow and ice on the roof of the trailer. Ronald, you're right on. I unfortunately had to pull a trailer last week and I had ice on it. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of snow, but it had rained. They loaded my trailer, dropped it in the yard. It had rained, and then we got below freezing temperatures, and there was ice up there. Now, obviously, I can't see it, but I did have the unfortunate. I was looking in my mirror eventually, and I saw some of those sheets come off. My heart stops when that happens. As a truck driver, and I see that happen. Thankfully, there was cars, but one of them was far enough back. He didn't catch the ice, and the other one was in the other lane. And we were talking about passing. He was passing me rapidly, so he didn't catch it either. So the sheets came off, and you've seen them. They just like whoa, like this as they come off. And as a driver, when I see that, my heart stops. My heart just stops when I see that. I hate that. I really do. I have seen a blown tire mangle a DOT bumper on a trailer. Had one blow and demolish a police cruiser. That was an adventure with no citations. I've never seen one demolish a police cruiser, although it would be good to watch. But I've had one blow on the tractor on my truck. I've had an inside drive tire go, and it just demolished everything. Lines, fucking maxi pot, everything's fucking gone. Like gone. I pulled out and there's air pissing from everywhere, and there's nothing. Tire, just pieces of fucking tire everywhere. I've had those. Those are expensive. Robin isn't blocked. He's not blocked for you guys, but I can't see him. I cannot see Robin in here. I don't know where he is. If he's making comments, Robin, if you're making comments to me, I'm not seeing your comments. Sorry, bro. Quinn said he's not looking forward. Oh, clips. Okay. Maybe okay, Quinn, let's go back. This is the day of Brian apologizing to everybody, so I might as well throw one at Quinn as well. If I didn't read your quote properly. I drove past it last month. Looks like a future graveyard for many, many drivers. Yeah. 24/7, 365 with two workers. No Mr. B's, believe it or not. All of the scale houses in Ontario, we call them super coops now because they're massive and they are well staffed, right? You don't drive across scales anymore for these ones. You go up the ramp and you go into like shoot lanes. You go into lanes, and there's usually 3 or 4 lanes. This one in Gananoque we're talking about, I think it's got 5 lanes, and there's a guy in every fucking lane standing there. And you drive up and come to a complete stop. They weigh you as you come in, and then he will either give you the green to go, or he'll do a walk around and ask you some questions. And then if they want to take a look at you, they direct you over to secondary, and that's when they'll take a look at you. So no, there's not 2 guys in there. Trust me, they are well staffed for the money that in Canada they're called MTO. It's the same as the DTO, Ministry of Transportation. But for the money that they're spending on these places, believe me, there's going to be fucking people in there 24 hours a day. Scales between Brampton and Orangeville. Trucks pulling in crazy tonight. Then MTO passed us coming into Brampton. Yeah, they're putting, I've noticed, Karen, they're putting more and more scale houses like all over. They don't have to be just highways now, you know. Going from Orangeville, that's Highway 10, right? Let's call it Highway 10, but it's like basically it's here, Ontario. And they got scales in there now. Yeah, split rims are more durable. They are tougher. So as long as the keeper is securely in place. Especially when the airbag goes too. Yeah, well, I lost everything. Airbag, maxi, everything. Tire. Surprised the fucking rim was still on the truck. A lot of times when one split rim went out, the weight would cause the others to blow out. That's my concern with these the super single tires. I'm sure you guys have seen them, right? So instead of having dual tires and having 8 tires on the back, you've got the one size tire. Now I don't know the size, the width. I've never really investigated. I've never driven them. I've never owned them on any of my trucks. I know a guy that's got them, but I've never asked him how he likes them, if he does or if he doesn't. Mostly because he's an asshole and I don't like him, so I don't care. But that would be my concern with those super singles. If you blow one of, like, if I'm driving my truck and I blow one tire, I've still got 7 more tires back there to distribute the weight. You blow a tire with a super single, you've only got 3 tires now to distribute that weight. Can they handle that? And I've seen the result of one of those things blowing out. Like when one of those things lets go, it is disastrous. It is disastrous. It's not good. Haha, imagine a banana skin wiping your windscreen positively. Dude, what the fuck you, oh, okay. Go back to the other comment. Clip thinks it's hilarious. The drivers at Herb and Robert Trucking have to make sure their trailer's roof is clear and ice of snow. I noticed something. I noticed something yesterday when I was in our yard, because we've transitioned to a new yard. They actually have a trailer there that looks like they've got like a ladder and steps going up the back of the trailer, and it's got like the gate on the top, so you can stand an enclosure, and then it's got looks like a drop gate, so it's to go. If I was to pull up my trailer beside that, I could go up that one, get on top of that trailer, and it's all enclosed, or it's surrounded by gates. And then you could drop the pull the lever and drop the gate, and it would drop down onto the trailer that you want. And I guess you could get up there and you could clean off your trailer. But we're not supposed to be up there. That's like courtesy. We're not allowed. Drivers aren't allowed to climb and try to clean the top of their trailers. A lot of places have an actual device. It looks like a football goal post, right? And the truck drives underneath, and they just lower a blade down, and it comes about 2 inches off the top of the trailer, and the truck drives underneath it, and it takes all the snow off. A lot of yards, I think Herb probably has one. A lot of the big trucking companies got them in their yards because they're not looking for lawsuits, obviously. Mr. Beast, yeah, in Canada, we're not allowed to climb on top of our trailers. Vans, like if you had a van trailer, reefer trailer, that kind of shit, you're not allowed on them. It's a big no-no. Mary's here. Hey, Mary, how are you? Glad you could pop in. Man, I've done term maintenance. It involved picking all sorts of crap and body parts off the highways. I'm not squeamish. Bro, that is not a job that I could ever do. I've gone by the site, like a scene of a really bad accident where there was fatalities, and they're unfortunately you had to see it because they weren't able to get it off. But the body is on the road, and they've got something covering the body, and that there's a couple of bodies, 2, 3, whatever bodies under there. I've seen that. I don't think I would want to have the job of going out to that and cleaning that up. That's just, I'm not, I don't think I could do that. That's all I can say about that. If you've done that job and you've got the ability to do that, my hat's off to you. I know they do at Robert Trucking. I've seen it. I've asked my husband why they were up there, which is funny because Robert is a stickler for rules. Bob Transport is one of those companies that if you go to their yard in Mississauga, it's a state-of-the-art facility. And they've got their big yard in Montreal, which is even a more state-of-the-art facility. I'm surprised that you'd see any Robert drivers on top of their trucks. They're pretty stingy about that. Clip says it's crazy. Yes, Brian, the one's been there since I moved to Ontario 15 years ago. So I had to drive into the F City today. Mary, you can swear. Karen, did you decorate for Christmas yet? Everywhere roadworks. Go this way, go that way. No, you can't go this way. Yeah, no shit. In the States right now, there's still road work, and they're trying to get as much of it done. They're trying to cram it all in before the major snow and weather hits. So there depends on what area. PA is bad right now. New York is bad right now. Jersey is bad right now. I haven't seen a whole lot out here in Ohio. I've been around Ohio for the last couple of days. I haven't seen a whole lot out here. But yeah, they're trying. Remember, they've only got so much time to get it done, so they're trying to get it all done as fast as they can. I'm rearranging apartment this weekend, and hubby is going to bring all my stuff up from the storage. Oh. Uncomfortable wife. Oh, nice. You're lucky. I would never get in a rig with super singles. Mr. B's, I've never driven one. Um, for that reason, I don't think I'd be a big fan. I don't think I'd want to take that chance. M says she loves us. Well, thanks, M. Mary, we love you too. Banana Puss. I had a twin steer once. 2 axles front, 2 axles rear. The rear were dualies, but if a blowout occurred, anyone on any one axle still drive straight for the safe spot. You're lucky. The 401 has a lot of accidents. Karen, I think the 401 is the world record for accidents. Brian, hubby worked for Robert for 3 years. Yeah, they're pretty stringent. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate your appreciation for what I've done in the past. Do what needs to be done. That was my motto. That's my motto too, but I don't think that's something I could do. Like, I wouldn't apply for a job knowing that I would have to do that. I don't know. Like I said, hats off to you, brother. If you've done it and you can do it. I was going to say you're a tougher man than I, but it doesn't necessarily mean to have anything to do with your toughness. It's just, your ability to visualize and see things and still function fairly normal afterwards. I've seen some pretty horrendous shit in my life. Graphic shit where somebody's life ended instantly. I've seen that. But I don't think I would want to, I don't think I'd want to be at the scene of a crash or something like that where there's the possibility where there's children. That would be the worst for me. That there's like 2 children under that blanket. I'm out. Done. Out. Gone. See ya. Bye. Fire me. Keep my money. Whatever the fuck. Done. Brian, my son is a firefighter in Alberta, and he has seen in his career most people would see in a lifetime, and he's only 33 now. Mary, I can imagine. My dad was a police officer for 31 years. My dad was a cop, a Metro Toronto cop. So he was on the big force in Canada here. And the last 12 years of my dad's career, he was at the Jane Finch. He was at 31 Division, which is the Jane Finch corridor, which in Toronto it's the worst part of town, the absolute worst. And my father, I'm surprised my father hasn't had a complete brain meltdown. But let's put it this way. My dad now is 76 years old, and he has required mental therapy, electrotherapy. He's required years of therapy due to the job that he had to do and the shit that he saw, the loss of life, the damage to people, the human remains, all of that. So as a firefighter, it's the same line of business. You see shit, you roll up to a scene and you don't know what you're going to see. And then you're going to see the worst possible shit. And when it's done, you have to pack up your stuff and go home like nothing happened. It's no wonder, cops, firemen, EMT, tow truck. It's no wonder that these guys are, have the highest percentage of alcoholism and drug addiction. You need something to cope with that. The human brain is not naturally equipped to deal with that. It's just not. So, my son is firefighter well in our hometown. I think I'd have been a sexy firefighter. Mary says her phone is auto-correcting her swear words. So Mary, you're actually swearing into your phone and the phone won't let you? That's actually kind of cool. That's fair enough. We all have our limits, and I appreciate your thoughts. It's a tough life, whatever you go for. It is. It is. I always had, you know, growing up with a policeman, there was cops in my family. We had my dad, my uncle, and I was, people always, are you going to grow up? Are you going to be a cop? Hell no. Are you crazy? You know what? Cops, EMTs, firefighters, all of them, they got high rates of alcoholism and drug addiction. But do you want to know another high ratio? Some of the best criminals and guys in on that side of the line were policemen's sons. It's a proven fact. And very rarely did you see the policemen's sons get caught. Why? I'll tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Why? This is why. Let's say my dad was a cop and I was a young boy. I'd come home and my dad would finish work and he'd be bellied up to the bar and he'd be having a few whiskey, getting his mind right after he came home from a day. And I'd say, "Hey, Dad, did you catch any bad guys today?" And he'd go, "Well, son, yes, I did." And the first thing in my mind would be, how'd you do it? I didn't learn what to do as a criminal. I learned what not to do. He'd tell me all of the steps that, well, the sneaky bastard thought he was being smart by doing this, and he did this, and he did that. And Brian and Glenn, my brother, we're sitting there pretty much taking notes, going, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Oh, don't drive like that. No, don't. We did that for years. We did that for years. We didn't have to learn what to do. We got a free education on what not to do. You know? Yeah, you're right. My son is 33. He has PTSD. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Karen. And is on medical leave. He even had to go to a call where his great uncle had a massive heart attack. You know what? You hear about PTSD, but you always hear about it. It's usually coming from soldiers returning. You know, you don't, you very rarely hear about PTSD from our frontline workers here at home, being our police officers, our EMTs, our firefighters. You know, you very rarely hear about that. Why? Because they didn't go off to war. But believe it or not, they are. They are going off to war. When my dad put on his police uniform every day and he went out the door, he was going off to war. I'm amazed my father didn't put a fucking gun in his mouth and blow his brains out with some of the stuff that he told my brother and I, that he had to live. You know, the worst thing I ever heard come out of my father's mouth, and he started crying, was he rolled up to a scene where a poor woman gave her baby a bath and then put it in the microwave to dry it. Killed it in a fucking microwave. A baby in a microwave. How do you deal with that? Like, I'm not equipped for that. I'd be drunk too. I'd have a needle in each arm. Never mind fucking the ones I only had in one arm. Holy fuck. Like, I couldn't do it. PTSD. These guys, I'm surprised you don't hear more about it, but it is there. It definitely is. Yeah, Karen, I agree. That's horrendous. I have been part of that though, Ryan. I was in a brutal motorcycle accident. Yeah. You know what, Mary? I see, doing the job I do, I see 100 fender benders a week. But I usually in the span of a year, I'll see one really bad one where you're looking at, the traffic stop and you're crawling by and you're looking at that and you're going, nobody lived. Like, you're looking at the wreckage going, okay, like, the jaws of life were used to pull the cars and vehicles and motorcycles or trucks or whatever. You're just by looking at it, you can tell nobody lived through that. There was dead people here. That's horrendous. For myself, I went through a brick wall and woke up 6 weeks later in a hospital. Well, Mary, don't do that again. That's all I'm going to say to you. Don't do that again. Banana Puss. Sorry, I took something out of context there. Baby in the microwave. Kaboom. Yeah, that wasn't funny. My dad told us that story. He was sitting there drinking downstairs at the bar, and he told us that story, and then he started crying. And my brother and I looked at each other going, like, what do we do here? And we just left. And he sat there we left him crying. Like, I know that's an ignorant thing to say, and that's an ignorant thing that we did. But, we were young boys. We didn't know, I don't know what to say to that. There's no such thing as PTSD. It's called being a human living in a shit world disorder. They had to call it something, Robert. They had to call it something. They got to hang a label on everything these days, right? Everything's going to have a label on it. So whatever you want to call it, living in a shit world disorder, I'll agree to that. Some people want to call it PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, call it that. I don't give a fuck what you call it. Just recognize it. It needs to be, as long as it's recognized. I don't give a shit what you call it. Call it anything you want. Just recognize it, because there are good people, men and women out there, that go through these episodes in their lives where something has done something to them here, and they're just not right here, and they need help, and they should damn well get it. Our hometown is so small that a fire department is volunteer, and my heart is breaking for what he's going through. Robert, you're exactly right. Yes, totally out of context, but some trauma, tragedy. For fuck sakes, Mary. Fuck, Mary. Get your phone fixed. Start swearing. It would be cool if it came across with my Irish. It would be cool if it came across with my Irish brogue. I'd love to hear you swearing with your Irish brogue. Is it brogue or brog? Mary, brogue? Type 1 if it's brogue or 2 if it's brog. Old school. PTSD has many names over the years. Shell shock. And so I think that's where it started, right? It started in World War II, or it was first recognized in World War II. And it was first labeled as called shell shock. But then it has progressed and had different names through the years. You're absolutely right. I'll take care of that, son. You're calling me son. Yes, the Irish cheers, Guinness. Tomorrow is payday. I'm thinking of some poutine beer and a fat blunt. Oh, wizard. Out of the 3 of those, I can do one. I can do the poutine. That may be my favorite beer. Correction, stout. I don't have a favorite beer. I got a favorite cigar, but I don't have a favorite beer. When I did drink, and I did drink beer. I didn't drink a lot. I didn't drink beer very often. But when I did drink beer, I've drank Budweiser. Everybody can go, boo, boring. I drank Bud. Now, I drank Canadian Budweiser, which is significantly different than American Budweiser. It's much better. And I have drank both. And I know that I enjoyed the Canadian Budweiser much better than the American Budweiser. But I did not drink Bud. Or I drank Bud. But I was a bourbon drinker. I drank Jim Beam and Jack Daniels. Grand Wizard, can truckers not smoke marijuana? No, you can. Well, let me put it this way, okay? If you were working in Canada and all you did is go Canada to Canada, like you didn't leave Canada, you could probably do it and get away with it, right? Most companies have drug testing, but a lot of them, if you're Canada only, you could probably. But the fact that I have to cross the border Absolutely not. Absolutely 100% not. I cannot smoke a joint. Um, and even if I could, like we could take edibles or anything like it's all the same. You can't smoke a joint. You can't take edibles. You can't take anything with CBD in it. Anything that's going to alter your mind or get you stoned, you can't take it. It'll show up in a piss test. Um, I would love to be able to take CBD oil. Sorry, I said CBD, THC. If you've got something with THC in it, you can't take it. CBD, you can. But CBD oils, I've got my sister-in-law, whose birthday was yesterday, um, um, is a big advocate for CBD, and so am I. It helps a lot with arthritis, body pain. It has 1,000 medicinal purposes, uses, and it would be great for me. It would be absolutely great for me. It would be the shit for me. But I cannot take it because no matter, even if they go, if you see the CBD package or whatever it is, and it says it's 100% THC free, it's not. There are still traces of THC, and although no, I won't get stoned or I won't get high, no, it won't happen. Um, it would still show up in a piss test, and I can't have that. So I cannot have it. A label like PTSD diminishes the experience and dehumanizing. Yes, you're categorizing for treatment. Correct. Correct. Brian, I had PSD from my childhood, and I'm still working through it. Fuck the piss. Robert, you got to take the piss test. As part of my contract to get this job, I have to willingly subject myself to a piss test just to get hired, and then I can be called at any time, out of random, and I have X amount of hours to report to X amount to this place for a test, and it's in my contract, and I've signed that in order to work. We go in internally, emotionally from trauma from the past. Wars go on. Sorry, my eyes are going on me here, Mary. Wars go on internally, emotionally from trauma of the past. They do. You didn't have to do that, Mark. I appreciate that. But my friendship to you is unconditional. There's no price. That just threw me. You just threw me, Mark. Nomadic, I appreciate that. Thank you. The dollar value is always appreciated, but no, my friend, you're my friend, and my friendship. There's no cost for that. There's no price for that, or for Dar. I can openly speak for her. You do. There's no. On another note, fucker, you were supposed to phone me today. You said yesterday in another one, hey, Brian, I'm going to call you tomorrow. You didn't call me. I just thought of that. I just remembered now. And don't call me now because I'm not answering the phone. Robin, I don't know why he can't see you. You aren't on the blocked list. Dude, I don't know what the freaking deal is here. I do not know. Although I'm going to try. Now my phone's doing something funny. I'm going to try on my phone. I'm going to go to my phone and see if I can find you and see if for any reason if you're blocked. I don't know. Yeah, clips. I use CBD Holy fuck, are we back? You wouldn't believe what the fuck just happened. I don't know, are we back? He's pulling a Dottie. I'm pulling a Dottie on you. You know what just happened there? I'm hotspotting off my phone, right? For my Wi-Fi. And I had my phone just sitting here in front of me at the bottom of the steering wheel. And a notification comes right up on the screen saying update available. And I never touched it. I just looked down at it and the phone shut off. It just went through an update. The phone updated itself. Usually it asks you, do you want to do it now or do it later or update later? The phone updated itself. So I just had to sit here. Like, obviously it killed the stream, right? And I just had to sit here and watch my phone. It turned off and then it does so it took like 5 minutes for the phone to update itself, and then it came back on, and then I had to reset everything back up, enter a password, do all the shit and everything like that. I apologize. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm surprised all you are still here. Well, when it went down, I think there was 38 of yous in here. Now there's only 24. I don't blame yous. Probably thinking, oh, the old gray-haired fucker just fucked off and went to bed. No, I didn't. And of course, being a total idiot with technology, I'm sitting here thinking, is this thing going to just kick back on? Like, I didn't have to, luckily for me, I didn't have to do anything. Once the Wi-Fi signal was, oh, look at this. Now it's asking me to do something else. I'm not touching it. I ain't touching that phone. Absolutely not. What the hell was I talking about? Anybody know? Obviously, while I was off, you guys were talking away here, so I like that. Jeremy's taking ownership. I'm 44 and look older than Brian. Mine is Guinness. I'm not gonna go through all these. No, Nomadic Brick. Don't forget, you're made of steel. You're a bulldog. You know what, Robert? I agree. Nomadic Brit is one of the very few. I'm going to say one of the very few because there are a couple, but one of the few guys out here doing our job that I hold in the highest respect. That is myself personally how I feel about the Nomadic Brit. Utmost respect. One day, Grand Wizard, but I don't know if I can handle the winters. Where are you going to? Oh, Wizard wants us to move out to Alberta. Oh, Wizard, I'm all in. If Dar phoned me right now and said, okay, let's do it, I'd have a for sale. I'm in Ohio and I'd have a fucking for sale sign on my house so fast. Or I'd have it for rent. I'd be renting it out. Absolutely. Gone. Done. Yeah, he's pulling a Dottie. And the technology is like, I'm sitting there going, oh, fuck, what do I do? Good thing you did. Good thing you guys didn't see that. B-Rad. Burner. Trudeau, the gun gobbler. The gun grabber. We're not going to talk Trudeau tonight. Nomadic Brit, or you're a crazy northern bastard who laughs at hardship. It's normal to us because that's all we've known. Dad comes home pissed up, big rose, bread and dripping for tea. They're talking that English. I don't have a clue what that means, but wheels on fire. You get enough sleep when you're dead, Burner. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. You get enough sleep when you're dead. Trudeau will have to come take my guns personally, and I'll be awaiting his arrival. Yeah, Wizard, you know what? If you've got a porch, if you're living in Alberta and you've got a nice little porch and you're standing out there with your weapon and you've got an extra one, I'll stand with you, brother. I'll stand with you all day long. especially if Trudeau's walking up your front porch. No, I was in the hot tub, so I stopped watching, but now I'm back. Dude, if I was in that, if I had your hot tub, and I can speak because Dar and I have usually, this house here, we don't have a hot tub, but our last house, we had a beautiful one. I'd still be in it. What are you doing here? I'd be in the hot tub. Or I'd have a TV, or I'd have something out there to be able to watch while I was in the hot tub. What's wrong with you? CBD all day, Karen says. Yeah, I wish I could, Karen. I really wish I could. Really, now he wants to ban hunting rifles. Yes, he does. If he has his way, he's going to be down to fucking bows and arrows and slingshots, and he'll be banning those shortly thereafter as well. Love you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this conversation. Mary, you made yourself part of the conversation. You know, we didn't make you do anything. You came in, you got something intelligent to say, you said it, we listen, we talk, and that's how we converse. And you're more than welcome here anytime. I know that this comes off as this is primarily it started as, and it's still technically a trucking channel, but we talk about a lot of shit here that's beyond trucking. Yeah, we're going to talk trucks. We're going to talk horsepower. We're going to talk engines. We're going to talk about the highway. We're going to talk about that. But eventually, we're going to talk about a little of this, a little of that, a little bit of everything. And that's just the way I like it. And I hope you guys do too. Obviously, you do, or you wouldn't be here. We usually get a nice little crowd in here, and it's a mixed bag of everybody. We got right here. We got two fucking crazy British guys in here. And we had a third. Stuart was in earlier. So if we let them in, we'll let anybody in. Mary's from Ireland. God, now we're really fucking opening the doors for people. And the fact that we allow Chicken Hawk in here at all, regardless of where the hell he's from. Grand Wizard changed his avatar and I didn't recognize him. What's up, Grand Wizard? Wizard just nailed it. There you go. We are a communal family. You know what? We are the biggest. I like this about my channel. We are the biggest mixed bag. I think if you go check out a lot of guys, and don't get me wrong, this is not I'm not putting down on anybody, but if you go watch anybody's live, that's a trucking channel. It's trucking, and even I get a little tired of just talking trucking. There's the exception of a couple of guys, but most guys are trucking, and I like the fact that we are a mixed bag in here. You know, and I like the fact that we've got so many ladies in here. You know, not just my wife, but like we've got a lot of ladies in here talking. Fucking dildo. Make up your mind. Who do you want to be tonight? Make up your mind. But I do like that fact. I do like the fact that this, you know, that my channel has a very large, let's say a broad view of people, of opinions, of countries, I love it. Dar prefers, Wizard Dar prefers you when you're a dildo. I'm not going to touch that. I'm not touching Dar's dildo, but, so Wizard, does that mean now that you're Dar's dildo? Or she just prefers you to be a dildo? Did anyone hear about the recent gun grab amendment? Dead serious. Donald, you're talking about the hunting rifles. Yes or no? Yes. If you're talking about the hunting rifles, then yeah, we've heard about it. Shannon Thomas. Thank you, Shannon. Everybody hit that freaking like button. I'm waiting. Go hit that like button. Not doing nothing else till y'all hit the like. There we go. Phone's finally doing something normal. My thoughts on the grab on the hunting rifles. I think he's out of his fucking mind. Pardon my French. No, don't pardon my French. I think he's out of his mind. He's now putting a grab on hunting rifles. Absolutely not. There are more people in this country. Remember, there's only 37 million people in Canada. The state of California has more people than we've got in our entire country. The cities of Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago, and New York, those 4 cities have more people than we have in our country. We have a lot of open land, a lot of huntable land, and we have a lot of people that live in areas that depend on that hunting and the ability to do that hunting. And this asshole wants to take that away from them. Why, in a country as vast as Canada, we are the second largest country square mile wise in the world, and we can hunt freely up here. Why would you want to take that away from us? Why would you want to take that away from us? Even as a sport, as Canadians, of every single person, let's just say all 37 million people had a hunting rifle and went hunting, there's still not enough ammunition to kill everything up here. It's not like we're going to hunt stuff into an endangered species. You can't do it. I don't understand his reasonings behind it and his philosophies and his thoughts and why they're doing it. I don't understand. It angers me. And I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a mood to get angry tonight. I'm not. I'm just not there. I don't feel like getting fucking pissed off and getting worked up over Justin Trudeau. I think honestly that, he needs to go hunting. He needs to go hunting. He needs to grab some of the old boys and grab some hunting rifles. Go up northern Quebec, northern Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. Go on up there and do some good old-fashioned hunting. Promise you right now, the cocksucker won't be coming home. If Trudeau went hunting, there'd be a hunting. We'd be reading about it in the fucking news. There'd be a hunting accident. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. The Prime Minister was just shot in a terrible hunting accident. He was mistaken for a fucking moose and shot 27 times from separate weapons. Aw, poor guy. The only one I'd feel sorry for is his kids. Grand Wizard, more power. You got it. That's what it's all about, brother. It's all about the power. And not come back. Harry, you're absolutely right. We wouldn't see him again if he ever went hunting. It would be one of those stories, that would break the front page of the newspaper, the Toronto Star or the Toronto Sun or the Ottawa Star or whatever. And that would be on Monday. And by Tuesday, they'd be back to, the headlines would be who's banging who in what hotel room. Give me the power. Yeah. Dildo, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's not 80. Well, he's not stupid enough to go hunting either. He knows goddamn well he'd never make it out of the bush. You could take him and dress him, take all his camouflage off and dress him, wrap him in a great big fucking orange fluorescent, suit so that nobody could mistake him for a moose and he'd still get shot. I promise you. 79 now. Yes, he is 79. Oh. Who are you guys talking about? Biden? Holy, he's a diaper sniper too then. You're a lot longer than him. You're a lot younger than him, Dar. You're not talking about me. Beer. I'm 46, almost half his age. Yes, Dar is 46. A youthful, beautiful, vibrant 46. You told them my birthday was coming up. Thanks. Why would you do that? I'm 53. 53, not 79, you fuckers. Yeah, why would he go hunting? He's softer than a good woman, a woolly woofer. It didn't matter what he did. You could take him on a hunting trip, he'd get shot. You could take him on a fishing trip, he'd fall through the ice. One way or the other, that cocksucking motherfucking twinkle-toed fucker is not coming home. He's not coming home. Doesn't matter what you do. You could take him on a fucking beach trip, he'd get eaten by a fucking shark. We'd fix it somehow or another. He'd get. Dar said you're turning 80. Yeah, okay. If I'm fucking turning 80, why am I still sitting? My ass still sitting in this truck. I said he was turning 80. Damn it, Dar. Sometimes we can't tell, especially when I call him Gramps in the restaurant. Yeah. I'm not quite ready to ask for my seniors discount, but if I thought I could do it and get away with it, I might try it, but that wouldn't be fair. I'm not entitled to it, so. Donald, how are you doing, Brian and Dar? Sorry for getting you going. You didn't get me going. It's all good, Don. I just truly have such a hatred for the man. I do. And my hatred also stems from the fact that we have to put up with this cocksucker for another couple of years. It's not even like he's at the end of his term, you know. That bothers me almost as much as the fact that he's in office right now running our country. That is the face of our country. Justin Trudeau is the face of our country, and people are just laughing at us. Holy hell, Brian, I'm older than you. Well, Karen, keep that to yourself. Has anyone pulled down their pants to go to the washroom and realized that their ass cheeks are really cold? I got to think about that one. Don't make me think so hard, Dar. I'm old, right? I'm older than Brian, too. Yeah, Chicken Hawk, you're only fucking, 3 years older than me? 3 years older than me? But you don't look damn near as good as I do, baby. Look at that, eh? I'm fine. 53. I'm turning 53 in December. That's what happens when you wear Lulus. I don't wear Lululemon. My wife does. My kids do, but I don't. How old is Chicken Squawk? I believe Chicken Squawk is 56. I believe he's 3 years older than me. 55. Okay, he's 55. Put some pants on, Grand Wizard. Hey, Grand Wizard, if you're walking around with no pants, that's just fine. I'm not wearing pants. Yeah, I am. You know, the minute, if I was to dare even sit here one time and sit here in my underwear and not wear pants, somebody'd knock on the door going, hey, buddy, I need you to come out here and look at your truck for a minute. And I'd be like, yeah, okay. All these men in their 50s. Britt's 55. Damn, Britt, you're looking good for 55. Solid state. All these men in their 50s. It's always a no panty party at my house. You know what? I'd like that to be at my house, but unfortunately, we've still got kids living with us, right? We've still got kids living with us. Now that's by our choice. Like, it's not like our kids moved out and had to move back in. Our kids, well, one of our kids is still in school, and one of our kids, my daughter Brianna and her boyfriend Mike, they rent our basement. You know, so I would love it to be able to come home and just, have a Dar and I have a naked weekend. Or when we do that, it's because we rented a hotel for the weekend. A couple of weeks ago, like, we had the Christmas party, our company Christmas party. So we rented a hotel up in Brockville, so we get to do that then, but we don't get to do it as often as we'd like to just, it would be nice to be able to get up in the morning, and you're just wearing your underwear, get up in the morning, wander out down the hallway, out into the kitchen, make your coffee, put the coffee on, come on. You really can't do that in our house because you never know, somebody could walk around the corner at any minute. So Britt is 55. He looks 65. It'd be nice to Britt. He's had a stressful couple of months, man. I'm amazed he looks as good as he does. I'll be 50 December 21st. Wow. Shannon, you and I are 3 days apart. 4 days apart. I'll be 53 on the 17th. I am a Sagittarius. A killer. Greeting Dingle McCringleberry Jr. Jesus Christ, what a fucking handle that is. Dingle McCringleberry Jr. Greetings from Shelbyville, Kentucky. Well, I'm just going to call you Dingle because I'm not fucking going Dingle McCringleberry Jr. But welcome, brother, from Shelbyville, Kentucky. Thanks for popping in. Best apologizes for stepping on you. No apologies necessary. We can't all just pick our times. I saw him go. It's all good. No apologies, absolutely none necessary. I'm sure he's putting on a good show over there as well. Sex after 60 is like playing soccer. It's like playing pool with a shoelace. That's what they got blue pills for, buddy. That's what they got blue. That's called chalking your cue, right? They take a blue pill. You're chalking your cue. There you go, bud. Freightliner Shaker Classic XL. James Best said he's sorry for the same vibe. It's all good. Go back if you guys are bopping back and forth. Go back over and say no hard feelings. I totally understand, man. We're all good. I got no problem whatsoever with that. Brian, I saw a cool bumper sticker one time. It said, truckers do it all. We do. We do it all. We do it long. We do it short. We do it with straps. We do it with chains. We do it with binders. You name it, we do it. I can walk outside buck-ass naked and no one would ever know it. Well, Mr. B's, you know what? Where we live, we can. Again, like I said, and there are times, because we've got a swimming pool. There's two doors on the back of our house. One goes off the living room, and one comes off of Dar and I's bedroom. And our bedroom is down beside the swimming pool. So it is nice. In the summertime, we can get naked, walk outside. If we know the kids are in bed or the kids are sleeping, we can actually get out and go out and be naked. And they're off the back of my property. You could, if there was nobody home, we could walk around the back of our property, probably in the day as well. In the daytime, nighttime wouldn't make any difference. We could walk around naked, but we can walk out of the house. I'll walk out of our bedroom, go down for a swim, have a nice evening swim, and come back up, and we don't need clothing. It's nice. Well, I'm 58, still trucking. I still drink, smoke, and do a bit of bar brawling. That's all good. My bar brawling days are over. I smoke the odd cigar, but of course, I can't drink. So heck, I'll go play naked at a playground if I could. P.S. Do not try it. Well, like I said earlier in the live here, dude, I'm not shy about being naked. I'm not. I got no problem. Now, my kids are definitely off limits. But if there was people in my house, like if we had company over and somebody said, hey, do you mind if I go skinny dipping in your pool? Knock yourself out, man. Knock yourself out. I have absolutely no issues with it whatsoever. If you're good with it, I'm good with it. On the province of Ontario, in Canada here, women are allowed to be topless in public. You can do that now. Very few do it, but it is. For a man at a certain age, every fart's a gamble. Dildo says never trust a fart over 40. Well, I can attest there's truth to that. Absolutely. I just backed up a letter, RIP on whatever is nearby. Letter rip on whatever is nearby. Lots of lives now, and it's easy to bounce back and forth. I know that James is live because I got the notification on my show on my phone down here. Hey, everybody does it. I do it. If there's 2 or 3 guys all live, or if there's 2 or 3 guys and girls, because now we've got the ladies doing lives now as well. Shannon goes live. Trucker gal, she goes live. So if there's 3 lives going, I'll bounce back and forth. I do. I try to stick to one primarily, but you bounce back and forth to see what's going on. I got no issue with that. People bouncing, going back and forth. Growing a Santa beard? No, what do you mean growing? Donald, the whole time that you've been watching me do this, I've always had this beard. Now it's a little longer now because it's winter time. In the summer I trim it down a bit, but it's hold on. That's sorry. I just got lost in mid-sentence because right after your comment, Dar wrote that. Bring me some straps and chains, baby. I hope you're talking to me, babe, and you're not talking to Dildo there. Trust me. Why go to Dildo and get a snack and you come to the wheel burner and get the whole meal, babe? Just remember that. I sat on his lap recently, Justa. It's real, all right. Yeah, she just said just sit on my lap and see what pops up. Straps. Not the kind. What? Straps, not the unkind. The Dar. Okay. I think Dar's got Dildo worked up. I used to swim naked until Curtis moved in because now his window is facing. I know. I never thought of that, babe. Never thought of that. On the other hand, Dar here, think about this. How many times has Curtis gone out there and swam naked and we didn't know about it? Full body shiver. Full body shiver. Hold on. Sorry. I actually had to reply to that one. Stocking stuffer season. Well, stuffer. I don't even know her. You brought her, you stuffer. So I had to do it. It had to be done. I know it's old and it's a retarded joke, but it had to be done. Yeah, but my mind went to the dirty place. Well, Karen, so did mine. Don't get your Viagra mixed up with your sleeping tablets. You'll end up with 40 wanks instead of winks. No, that's not a problem. Not a problem. Dar has them in a Pez dispenser for me. So I got the blue pills in the Pez dispenser, and my sleeping pills are just in the regular pack. I'm just kidding. Tonight we learned Dar bring trucker chains into the bedroom. Dude, you get a few glasses of wine, or get a half a bottle of vodka into Dar, she'll tell you some shit that just blow your fucking mind. Straps and chains are nothing. Nice, Robert. I hear you, bro. Mr. Beast took that to heart. Tonight we learned I can't afford the indoor shower these days. I just go out naked in the rain in England. I don't care anymore. Who needs shampoo and shower gel? Dude, I've taken a shower off the back of my trailer in a hard rain. I've had no problem with that in a truck stop or wherever I was. I've done it 2 or 3 fucking times. Take your bottle of body wash, and your sponge and your scrubby and stand on the back of behind your trailer. Good rain will take care of that. I'm a straight up nudist. Couldn't care who sees. Well, I won't say I'm a straight up nudist, only because I said my kids, right? I'm not, I don't care if my children are adults, which they all are. Yeah, my oldest now turned 31 today. And my youngest is 21. So they're all adults. I'm still not walking around naked in front of any of them. Your kids? No problem. My kids? Not happening. Again, I can't see what Robin's writing, but based on what you guys are saying, he must have said something that just went right off the charts. Because now we're talking about gonorrhea or something. Nomadic is quitting alcohol January 1st. Why wait till the 1st? I quit alcohol on, well, my first day of being clean and sober was March 21st, 1993. That was my first day. So I guess I quit alcohol on March 20th. I didn't have to wait till New Year's. Sterling, good evening, kids. Well, good morning, Uncle. Good morning, Uncle Sterling. I've been waiting fucking weeks to say that to you. Good evening, Uncle Sterling. It's almost like that creepy thing, right? Sterling calls us kids, so is it creepy to call him Uncle Sterling? Yeah. Brit's quitting drinking and Robert's having a heart attack going, fucking, what? What? Naked or not, your junk still goes into the pool. Hey, Donald, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Robert. Brit's making some big changes in his life for the good. Absolutely for the good. My junk finds itself everywhere. I'm paying the price for Jesus. Why do I care about your junk? I rinsed my junk with vodka. Okay. Right on. Jesus. Now, on the blue pill bottle, it says if you have an erection for more than 4 hours, seek professional attention. What the fuck does that mean? Do you get a hooker? I don't know. 4-hour boner? All I know is if you've got a 4-hour boner, your woman better have shown up or you're going to have sore arms, man. That's all I'm going to say about that. Maybe Robin blocked me. Hey, maybe Robin did block me. Maybe that's why he's not showing up here. Yes, get the hooker always. Where are you sitting down today, Brian? Don, I'm in Elyria, Ohio. Just outside of Cleveland. Targets give me direction. Can you OD on erection pills? I don't know. I know they can cause some serious damage to you. I don't know if any of you guys know how these pills work. And I'm not about to tell you. Go fucking find out yourself because it's not a conversation I want to have. But there are side effects to these pills. Banana Puss, I can't help my taste for alcohol. My mom used to put in my milk bottle when I was less than 1 year. Funny enough, Banana Puss, you know what my mom used to do with us? Put brandy in my brother Glenn and I. She put brandy in our bottles when we were young in our formula, to knock us out, right? So we would sleep through the night. Totally not cool today by today's standards, but hey, I can see why they did it back then. It means the dog better hide. That's exactly what it means. if it's walking around on any number of legs, it better vanish pretty quick. Just trying to spread the laughs. You're doing a great job, brother. Been pretty shitty lately. Dude, I hear you. You know what? I don't know if it's the constant overcast, lack of sunshine, seasonal depression, the season that's coming up to Christmas. You know, there's a lot of people these days suffering the blues. You know, they're getting a little blue, and it seems that the Christmas season, or this part of like the winter season, everybody gets the winter blahs, you want to call it. You know, it affects everybody, a lot of people, different ways. If you're struggling with something, dude, get through it. Get through it. If you need help, get the help. Not out of a bottle, but if you know, if you're just blah and you're spreading cheer and making us laugh, man, we appreciate it. At least I do, because you've made me laugh. I personally think you're trying to steal my wife. That's what I think you've got going on here. You're trying to make me laugh. You're distracting me. You're making me laugh over here as Wizard, and then over here you're trying to steal Dar as the dildo. So I'm fucking watching you, buddy. I've got you. I'm fucking watching. My wife told me never come near her again if I take those blue pills. Are you crazy? If I take a blue pill, my wife hops on and starts cranking my ears like a motorcycle fucking handle, man. It's like, go. Nomadic, or Robert, Nomadic Brett, yes, but the target has to have a point. If you don't booze, you lose. Disagree, brother. Disagree. Shannon Trucking, I'll give you $100 to find out. You'll give me $100? Put your money where your mouth is, Shannon. Glenn Brown, there's my brother. When we were talking about, I was talking about you earlier tonight, Glenn. Talking about some of the things we went through with Dad when we were kids, with the booze and how we became great criminals and whatnot. But well, I'm just talking about the brandy shot. Just went for my brandy shot and a blue pill. Should be fun. Oh, well, buddy. Do me a favor, would you? I'll stay alive. You go take the brandy shot and the blue pill. Come back in 45 minutes and let us all know how that worked out for you. Banana puss. Well, never all anything so. Now the weather is fine. I just got to find cleaner hose. Well, you know what? You got to find a better class of hose. You know, $2 hose, you're going to get what you pay for. $5,000 a night, I guarantee you're going to do okay. Shannon's helping you on the food front too. That's good, Mark. She's doing well. Shannon's doing really well with I call it it's a diet, but it's not really a diet. It's a lifestyle change in eating. So good for her and good for you. Dark when we start and dark by 5:30. Street Bob, you know what? That's what I struggle with. And I do. I struggle because I get up in the morning and it's dark and I've already started work. And then I'm in the winter and, you know, we've only got limited amount of daylight. And then, you know, it's dark again. You know, by 4:30, it's starting to get dark. And by 5, you're in the dark again. And I'm still working. You know, I do struggle with that. I don't like it myself. I get through it, but you're back. Dude, where were you? What'd you do? Where'd you go? Malakita, we want to see more of you. Whiskey is medicine. I used to think that way, Robert. I thought bourbon could cure all my fucking ailments. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. This chat is my favorite to come to. Everyone's good spirited. You know what? Hey, we keep it going here. I like the fact here that there's not just one topic. You're going to talk about in the span of what have we been going here? 3 hours. In the span of 3 hours, we've probably talked about what 25 different things, and we're still just throwing shit around. It's like spitballing, you know. Although I am now curious that what's going to happen to my brother. I'm tempted to call his lovely lady and say, hey, what's going on over there? If she doesn't answer, I'll know the blue pills kicked in. There it is. There it is. Touchdown. I'm done. I'm already done. New record, 84 seconds. Yeah, what I want to know is what condition is she in? If you hammered it out in 84 seconds, what condition is she in? And Dark says that's talented. No to whoever asked. Okay, Shannon must have done some research. No to whoever asked if you can overdose on boner pills. Thanks, Shannon. Spend at least $5. Yeah, if you're gonna get a whore, get at least a $5 one. Don't be getting no $2 ones. You're onto something there with that classing up Santa. I'm so frugal it hurts. There you go, dildo. Glenn can't satisfy wife anymore, eh? Well, that all depends on what your wife thinks. Yep, I'm solar powered. $5 and a tip. Tip of what? That's it. Dude, for $5, that's all she's gonna let you give her is the tip. That's all you're getting in. Holy shit. Yeah, my signal went out. You're right. My phone updated, dude. Right in the middle of this, my phone updated, and I never even touched it. The goddamn thing updated and killed the signal, killed the stream. So I apologize for that. So much for daylight savings. Yeah, there's no fucking daylight being saved here. None. I haven't driven a big rig for 20 years, and I'm still here. Wheel burner family is where it's at. I appreciate that, bro. We really do. Greg, my brother. My brother's name is Glenn, too. Yeah, but was your brother as big as a little shithead as mine? Fuck, Greg. We can sit down. Next time you come down to my place, we're going to sit there and talk about, we're going to compare brothers. Who's got the bigger little shithead brother? My brother's a born salesman, right? So he's got the gift of this. Yep. So my brother could fucking yip. I got punched in the mouth more times growing up having a little brother that did this than anybody I know. Now, don't get me wrong, I love him today, but fuck, I wished I could have killed him back then. When you're done in 84 seconds, you're doing it for yourself. Yeah, she didn't get jack shit out of that. She didn't get the tip out of that. There's no tip. Santa is sweet. He has a candy cane. No. My comment. Oh, I'll give you $100 to find out was to the person who asked, can you overdose on boner pills? Well, again, if you want to put up the $100, I'm guarantee you there's somebody in here that'll start gobbling down pills. Mind you, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. $100. I don't know. How many pills $100 get you? 3, 4, maybe, if you're lucky. They sent me to a grocery to a superstore in Winnipeg. 6 drops. Oh, dude. 6 drops. I don't mind doing multi-drops, but I need them to be spread out, right? I don't want to kill 2 days doing 6 drops, right? But if it's a long stretch and it's like, okay, I've got a drop in Baltimore. I've got one in Virginia. I've got one in North Carolina. If I can stretch it out and get miles, because I'm paid by the mile. I'm not a percentage driver. So I need miles. Yes, I get paid extra for each additional drop that I do, for every drop that I do, but I still need those miles. So I need it to be stretched out. And then I need, then I can get my reload and get all my miles coming back. So I don't mind doing multi-drops. I'm pretty good at them. Oh, Brian and I were talking about that today, and we're surprised you were going. Who the hell are you talking about? Won't that kill your fuel bill? Oh, is Callie in here? I didn't see Callie in here. Mahalkita? Oh, he's Callie. Holy fuck. How did I not get that? Jesus Christ. Yeah. So what the, okay, so here, as long as now I know who the hell I'm talking to. What the hell are you doing taking that truck out to Winnipeg? Because I can guarantee you this, you're eating a headwind and a hefty one. You're getting no better than fucking 6 miles to the gallon because you're probably loaded heavy. What are you doing? Why would you take that? You're an owner operator or a lease operator, but owner, why would you take it? You're not going to make a dime. You are not 6.5. That sucks balls. Dude, you are not going to make a fucking penny. You better get reloaded out of Winnipeg and come straight back. You better have like 10,000 pounds and a fucking tailwind pushing you home with your engine turned off. Came back empty. Coming back empty. You better be. You fucking well better be, because if you got more than a mouse in the back of that trailer, that run is going to cost you money. I'm amazed you even took it. Happy to see all of you here. I got to get my antibiotics. See you all on the flip side. All right, Wizard, Dildo, Justa, fuck, whatever your name is, whatever you want to call yourself today. Take it easy, brother. Coming back empty. Dar. I'm not a born, my brother says he's not a born salesman. By the way, does anybody need a car? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone need a car? Hey, if anybody wants their Hellcats, they've only got till next year to get them, and then they're going electric. Hey, Glenn, I need my car. When you win the lottery, I expect a Hellcat of each color in my driveway. Look at this. I'm asking my brother, I'm saying, hey, I need you to give me a car. I'm not asking him to fucking, I want to buy one off him. It's like, hey, man, I need you to give me a car. Like he's just got extra cars laying around his lot that he's going to give me a Hellcat. Dar, on the other hand, is, hey, Glenn, can you send me a new Devon Rex cat? I'm asking for a Hellcat. She's asking for a cat. Who's got the better chance of getting what they want? It ain't me. I wish I could drive 55. I can't drive 55. I won the lottery to have you as a big brother. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is, what do you want? I'm getting buttered for something here. What do you want? Fuel is cheaper in Manitoba. Dial Bobby needs a new pussy anyway. I gotta admit, I do get spoiled. My brother does spoil the shit out of me. Okay. Every time he knows I'm coming into town, he usually lines me up a sweet ride. We go over to the dealership and he just pulls. I've driven, he's handed me Hellcats, the TRX, Glenn, the pickup, the Hellcat pickup. handed me the keys to that so I could tool around for a weekend in. I've had the SRT Grand Cherokee. I've had the SRT Challengers, Chargers. I am spoiled. I am spoiled. My younger brother takes good care of me when I come out to Alberta. He even spoils Dar. He went and he used his dealership to buy a fucking a Mustang, California GT Mustang, California Special. He used the dealership to buy it from another dealership just so Dar would have a fucking GT Mustang to drive when she went to Calgary. So I guess I can't bitch too bad, eh? He spoils us pretty good. I can't complain. So Dar, you're getting it? No, Mr. B, she's not getting a new cat. DD15, I got an SRT 392 Durango, 6.4 liter Hemi. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. We were out in Alberta, I think last month and the month before, and Glenn gave us the keys. We had an SRT Grand Cherokee. Nice. It was nice. It hooks up real nice. So I can imagine that Durango is just sweet. Just as sweet. I've not driven the SRT Durango yet. I'll be going out to Alberta shortly. I'll let you know. Right, Glenn? No, Mr. B, I'm not, but wish I had. Although my little guy is very cool. Yeah, I got to admit, Dar's little Devin, the new one she's got, that's hers, is that is a cool little cat. I do actually. I'm quite fond of him. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty. Time to eat. Now, it's funny if I did that in my house, I don't know who'd come running, me or Dar or the cat. Probably be a race down the hallway. I'm going for a Chieftain tank next. Go anywhere. I'm sticking with the SRTs. I am going to somehow or another, one way or the other, I am going to get. I want an SRT Challenger. And what really, really, really pisses me off is Glenn had one this year. He had one on his lot. He had an SRT Challenger, and it was a 6-speed manual. They're fairly rare. And he let me have it for what was I there? I was there for 3 or 4 days, and I fell in love with it. And the price was right. I just wasn't in a position to get it, and it was like, fuck. I had to let it go, and basically Glenn was letting me have it for a song, right? He was making nothing on it. He was just, son of a bitch. I wanted that car so bad. But it didn't work out. But one way or the other, I am getting one. It is going to happen. It will. My fear is when they go electric and you can't get the gas anymore, the Hemis anymore, the price on them is going to go like absolutely through the roof. It's going to be ridiculous. So it's almost like I got to buy the goddamn thing now before that happens. Hello, Glenn. Welcome. You need to meet my brother, Glenn. You might just get along. Wink, wink, Brian. Nice. Where's Brandon? Brandon's in Manitoba. Brandon is a small town that really adds up to nothing, doesn't contribute anything. Well, that's not good. They're a farming town, a farming city town, what you want to call it. A lot of grain, a lot of shit runs through there. Brian, did you ever look up what it takes to haul bees? I did not. I know that there are guys that do it. I didn't know that they do it in big trucks like we've got, but if it's something, hold on. We got to write it down because I'm going to forget. I'm going to assume that there's something on YouTube about this, right? Hauling bees. There we go. Memory ain't what it used to be. No more 392 Challenger. It's replaced with Daytona and Scat Pack, then Hellcat, then Demon, then Jailbreak. No, I think what I'm talking. Yeah, I know that that's the progression, but what I'm talking about in 2024, they're not making gas. There's no more Hemis. There's no more. They're getting rid of them. They're all. If you want a Challenger or a Charger, you're going to be getting electric. Brand is in the White House. We're trying to get rid of him now. Yeah, fuck him. I like the Challenger Demon. Brit, I like the Demon too, but if you're gonna go with that, you might as well go with the Hellcat. The Demon is more for fucking the quarter mile racing. You can take them out on the road and you can drive them and whatnot like that. But if you're gonna you want a car that's a little more performance for the street. It's just my opinion. Go with the Hellcat. The Demon is what 850 horse and the Hellcat is 705. Once you're up in that range for horsepower, it really makes no difference. DD15, I have a super stock wide body Challenger up for grabs though. Fuck off, Glenn. You know what? You're not my brother anymore. You can go fuck yourself. I'm getting W900 all electric. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. It'll be 50 years before you see an electric Kenworth. I think Tesla is going to step in here and smoke them all. Tesla's going to walk in here and just smoke the market. And then even if Kenworth does go with an electric, with their electric platforms and all that kind of shit, Tesla will be so far advanced and so far ahead of it all, they have no chance. Volvo's already got theirs on the market, and they can't make them work right. We're going to get Mad Max on their ass. Banana Puss. That's the wrong way, electric. Stick with the old school. Well, that's my thoughts. You know, I don't know why. I don't know what has come over the people at Chrysler, why they're thinking, or Dodge, to why they're thinking this way. You know, you got to look at this company, right? Everybody else downsized and went to 4-cylinder Civics, Hondas, Toyotas, fucking Hyundais. They all went from down. Even a lot of them got rid of V6s. I don't even think you can get a Honda with a V6 anymore, like a Honda car. I think the Accord is now a 4-cylinder turbo. And fucking Chrysler, Dodge went the other way. They started putting out goddamn fucking Hemis and mass production, and they went absolutely the other way with it. You're trying to make me cry? Okay. This is what my brother just sent me. This is anybody want that besides me? Hear that one. Anybody else want one of these? Okay, here's the magic question, Glenn. What's it listed for? Oh, fuck. I don't know if Glenn's in here anymore. He might be using his phone, so he's sending me messages, so he's not obviously watching. How much? I'm going to choke on that question. I can make a Honda destroy a Hellcat all day long for about 20 grand, but you won't look fucking half as good doing it, buddy. I've yet to see a fucking Honda anything that's as sexy as that fucking Hellcat right there. That's a demon, actually. Does anybody want to know what the price is on that car I just showed you? Anybody want to know, or do you just want to fucking sit there and anybody actually here? Anybody want to guess how much that car is? Okay, we got a couple in here. Callie's the closest so far at 105, but keep going. It's a 2022 Super Stock Challenger new track car with NHRA membership. Keep going, Callie. DD15. You know what? Cadillac Escalade 4 surprised me with that new exhaust and 600 horsepower. That Escalade is a sexy fucking car, or a sexy SUV. Sorry, that is a sexy vehicle. I would drive that. DD15, you're getting closer. Keep going. Callie, keep going. Glenn just told, oh, there it is. He just told you. Anybody happen to have an extra 180,000 bucks laying around? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How much is $180,000 Canadian in US? That's $133,838 US. So if you got on, if any of you Americans happen to have an extra $133,838, give my brother a call. He'll sell you the car. 180,000 fucking bucks. I think even if I had 180,000 bucks, I don't think I would spend it on the car. Yeah, I would. Who am I fucking kidding? Who am I kidding? If I had that, if I rolled around in life and I had that kind of money to spend on a car, you know, I spend $30,000 on cars. You know, that's my budget and that's what I spend. You know, but if I had the lifestyle and I could afford $180,000 cars and that was my budget, yeah, I'd drop 180 grand on it. No problem. So $180,000 Canadian is $133,000 US. It'll never be built again. Numbered car. And go fuck yourself if you want an electric one. Yeah. Yeah. I want an electric one, Glenn. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, give me that crack they want. Give me the exactly, Shannon. Give me the crack that guy they're smoking. And that's from a dealership, right? Like Glenn works at a dealership in Alberta. So yeah, $180,000 from a fucking dealership. So the car is probably actually I don't know, let's say $120,000 is what it's fucking probably worth. But my Malibu premium, fuck off, it does. I'm living in the past. If I had $80,000, I'd buy a new Vet. I wouldn't buy a new Vet. There's only one Corvette I want, and it's not new. It's a 63. It's a 63 split window, and it's a classic, and it's worth every penny. It's only money, Grand Wizard. You can't take it with you. Absolutely. I'm getting the 2019 Subaru Outback with the 6-cylinder box. Here, anybody know of any issues on them? Are things to watch for in the Boxers? You know what, dude? I'll be honest with you. I don't know jack shit about like any of the Subarus or Saabs or any of them. I don't know anything about those cars. They've never particularly appealed to me. I've never seen one that's really been a big deal and something that I've wanted to go, oh, I need to go try that out or take that for a drive. And if anybody else in here has any question or any ideas on this car, but I can't help you with that. Kelly took his Malibu Premier out on the 407, and we have a video. Yvette saw it. No, I saw the video. I saw you do it. Why you'd take a Malibu up to 160 miles an hour is beyond me. I would buy a Hellcat just to keep it knowing in a couple of years and stop making them. So would I. That would be not a bad idea. I spend 1,500 to 2,000 pounds on cars and then leave them sit in a haulage yard for weeks. Well, I don't. DD15, I got a Chevy High Country 1500 with 426.2. It's a fun daily driver. Yeah, you want a fun daily driver, take that Dodge TRX out for a fucking spin. That thing will launch you. It literally will launch you, poof, like that, into the seat. I'd buy a Toyota Hilux second generation, indestructible. Again, I don't know anything about those. Yo, what's up, wheel burners? What are you selling? We are selling a 2022 Super Stock Challenger for 180,000 bucks. You interested? Oh, hold on. He's also got a Hellcat wide body Charger. Well, that's what he gave us. That's what he gave me last time I was out for the last Hellcat I had. I had the Charger, and I did enjoy it. It's a 4-door, but it was a fun car to drive. It was a fun. We took it. I think I told you guys the story. We took it out onto a deserted road out in Alberta, and my poor nephew was in the back seat, and he filmed us. And Glenn set the car up with the launch control, and we launched, and we were just on a long straight road, and I just put the pedal down, and the car just kept going and going and going. And I think we topped it out at about 165, and then we had to back out of it because there was actually, the road was starting to get a couple of little hills, and you couldn't see over the next hill. And we were afraid that somebody might pull out into the intersection. Anybody want that? Anybody? Bueller? That's actually pretty sexy. I'm not big on white cars, but that's actually pretty sexy there. That's a Hellcat Charger. I think he's just saying he was using that. He's using that as his daily driver right now. It's nice when you're the general manager of the dealership, eh? You can just walk out. My brother doesn't even own a car. He just goes to work and picks a car and drives it for a couple of weeks and hands it in and picks another one off the lot and drives it. Fucking rough life. No, don't get me wrong. He's worked like a motherfucker to get to that position, and a lot of years at, selling fucking used cars to schlubs. But it's nice. It's paying for it. It's certainly paying for itself now. And if I have a whole lot of money, I would buy a new C8 Vet. I would, and I just sit there and look at it. Well, I always have one for stationing, but I don't make him anymore. And the closest thing to a station wagon and a Subaru Outback. Shannon Truckin says, hi, HI. Money builds generational wealth. A plastic car creates zero. That's a good point. Now, Wizard, you got to think about this, though. If you can get yourself one of those, like if you can get a 22 or a 23 Hellcat before they fucking go electric, and you can keep that thing in pristine condition, let's just say you pay 80 grand for it, 90 grand for it. Within 5 years, that car is going to be worth double, triple that. So is it an investment? It could be. It could be. DD15, I ordered a C8 from my brother, $89,000. Awesome car. $89,000 must be US, because they're over 100 here. IH, yeah, Glenn is my brother. My little brother. The new Vetted has a 5.3 liter engine. Wrench. Who needs a wrench? He's in Alberta. Did he sell one to Mr. Heavy Haul Sergey? I don't know, dude. He might have. Who needed the wrench, Dar? I thought everybody in here was pretty much wrenched in. Oh, Kelly didn't have a wrench. He's a member and he didn't have a wrench. Oops. Mr. B's, 189 grand. That thing better be making me some money. That's the way I look at it. Fuck, dude. For 189 grand, it better give me a reach around and then make me some money. And breakfast in the morning. Karen, I agree. Old Grand Wizard, old muscle cars are the best. That's when cars were cars. I still love them. Still love them. All the old early 60s into the early 70s. Love them. Love them. Believe it or not, the 6.2 liter get as good, if not better mileage than the 5.3. The way I look at it, dude, is if you're driving vehicles with Hemis or the large, the 6.2s, the 5.3s, the 5 liters, anything that size there, you're not buying that vehicle for fuel mileage. You're not buying a pickup truck, a TRX, or any of the Grand Cherokees or anything like that. You're not buying it for fuel mileage, right? Obviously. Boxer engine is solid. Watch for the head gasket and turbos if buying used. There you go, Chaos. Boxer engine is solid. Watch for the head gasket and turbos if buying used. Glenn would know. There's your car guy right there. We should bring Glenn in every week when we do this. We'll bring him in. We'll do a fucking car segment. Just you guys can throw 1,000 questions at him. No, don't do that. Fuck, I'd have to fucking pay him or something. He'd want some money. Son of a bitch, eh? Where are you, Brian? I'm in for the 14th time, and I'm Elyria, Ohio. Do you know how many houses I could buy for 189 grand in North Carolina? Exactly, Mr. B's. What? 4? Probably four houses. IH guy, no, got the C8 vet in 4 months for sticker, but a friend of mine owns a dealership. Yeah, it helps to have a friend that owns a dealership. Lucky for me, I have a brother. There's my boy. There's my boy from Germany. How we doing this morning, Pat? What are we at? 9:30 here. So what? You're 3:30 there. You're up a little early today, Patrick. You're up a little early, Pat. You got a busy day ahead of you? Oh, you don't have a busy day. Fucking gravel haulers. Goddamn live bottom fucking guys. Busy day. Drive 90 miles. Tip my load. Drive 120 miles. Tip my load. Yep. Busy day. (6.2) is a bored out 5.3. Okay. Organized. Leo Banks never come with turbos. I heard about the head gasket. I don't know what that means. I ate Chicken Hawk. IH guy. My brother said he wanted one, but had to wait a year. I told him, if you're serious, I can get you a vet in 3 to 4 months. So he got it. Everybody's saying hi to Patrick. Patrick saying hi to everybody other than vets. I like the Novas. The old Chevy Novas. No, Karen, I think they're ugly. Not saying that you don't think they're ugly. That's good for you, but no. It's a 2019 with less than 50,000 miles. It's a 2019 with less than 50,000 miles. So we'll have to wait for Glenn to see that if he sees it. What was that car Steve McQueen had in the film Bullet? That was cool. Anybody? We all know it was a Mustang. What year was it? Come on, fuckers. And no Googling. None of you fuckers are allowed to Google. No Googling. Yeah, fuck Dar. Could you imagine if we could move to North Carolina? I've been through every back road piece of country in North Carolina, South Carolina. That whole part of the U.S. is probably my favorite. You start West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. That whole stretch, I love it down there. If I could live down there, I would live down there in a fucking heartbeat. Mr. Bees, if you can get me a fucking job and get me sponsored, I'll move down there. How's that? You work on that for next week. That's your homework. Get me a fucking job. Find out how hard would it be for a Canadian owner operator to come move down there. And Dar and I'll start packing our shit. No, it wasn't a 68. Keep going. Yes, it was a fastback, but what year? Nope. 70-something.1 fastback. Nope. GTO. Nope. Dar, y'all would love it here. Oh, you don't have to tell Dar. She's been with me when we've gone through there. Dar and I went down in the truck. We went down to South Carolina, so we went through North Carolina. She knows how beautiful it is. IH has it. IH has it. 67 fastback. The 5.3 is a great engine, but I just love the 420 horsepower, 6.2. Put a smile on my face. Takes more than 420 horsepower to put a fucking smile on my face. Thanks for your acknowledgement. My hard work only took 19 years to get there. You've earned it. You've earned every fucking penny of it. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, brother. Very proud of you. You know that. But I am. Gone in 60 seconds. Eleanor is the sexiest fastback. You got it, Wizard. You got it. Even Dar says she's proud of you. Cologne is my hometown, but I live near Munich. You poor bastard. I say that, but I don't know. I've never been to Germany. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know a single word of German. Not one. I talk to Pat all the time and we speak English. I should probably learn how to say a few words in German just to be nice and respectful. Well, I was about to throw my cigar butt out the window, but I can't do that here. Dar, no more cold, long-ass winters. Yeah, well, Dar would sign up for that, especially in her job. I've got a sworn in the trip on that bus state was a month. Jesus, chaos. What are you doing? Are you talking and texting? That 68 Charger he ran down in that movie was sweet as well. You're talking about the movie Bullet, IH? Yeah. It was funny though, back when you watched that movie, and that span and that era of the cars that they were running around during those car chases. It's pretty cool. Robert, Pat wants to know what your trucking channel is. Actually, Pat, if you touch on Robert's name, it should take you to his channel. Patrick, you've got a wrench, so just go to where it says, go to see where it says Robert, and it should take you to his channel. Going to sleep. Good night. All right, Callie, have a good night, brother. Hopefully you make some money this week. Portuguese trucker, hey bro, how are you? You just came in there. Dude, we're doing good. Doing good. We're just hunkered down out here in Ohio. We're going to deliver in the morning. I'm going to reload tomorrow and then head her for the barn. So hopefully we can get her home tomorrow night. Pat, click on his name. Yeah, that's right. You mean those wonderful cars they destroyed? Yeah, that was the shame of it. They destroyed them. Even well, the funny thing was, if you look at that movie, Gone in 60 Seconds, right, where they had, we're not talking about Bullet, we're talking about Gone in 60 Seconds, right, with Nicolas Cage, and that Eleanor, that Mustang that they was running around, and the cop was chasing him in that BMW. That BMW would have had no problem catching that car, that Mustang. The performance and the handling in that BMW would have easily been able to keep up and catch that fucking Mustang, but I guess for the movie's sake, they had to make it look like it couldn't, you know. And when he hit the nitro and he took off and he outran the helicopter, not happening either, boys and girls. Dar says I'm a good trucker. She says she's a good trucker. Portuguese trucker. I'm in Virginia trying to get home tomorrow night as well. Good luck, brother. Run for it. Keep her between the lines, though. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Robert speaking German. We got a drunken Englishman speaking fucking German. Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Guten Abend. Spelling wrong, but that's what it sounds like. Guten, well, okay, Guten Tag. Pat, what does any of this shit mean? What does Guten Tag mean? Gone in 60 Seconds, huh? I watched that movie 3 days ago. Dude, I could watch that movie like weekly. I got no problem. In the show Dukes of Hazzard, they threw over 2,000 car or 200 cars. Yeah, I watched a thing. What did I watch? There was something I was watching, and they were doing like a behind the scenes, and they were talking about the cars that they destroyed, and they basically had an assembly plant, like a small assembly plant, that they destroy a car and strip it for parts, and they had like a parts department, and they could pretty much rebuild a car in a matter of a couple of days, and they were recycling these cars. That's how good they got at it. No, we don't. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Okay, that's what all that meant. See, now we thank God we got a translator here. Robert is like Chinese. No, we don't want to hear Robert speaking Chinese. Slapper Mapimbo. I don't know what that means. I don't want to know. Need for Speeds, the other good movie, Top Gun. I dragged Dar to see the new Top Gun, the Maverick. Believe it or not, she never saw the original. And of course I did, right? But she never saw it. I dragged her to see the second one, and she actually came out and she said it wasn't that bad. I thought for sure, I'd look over and she'd be sleeping, but she wasn't. Yeah, Mr. Bees, you know the show I'm talking about, right? Where they were showing all that. I thought it was really cool, where they were dismantling the car and they could rip all the parts off a destroyed Charger and put them all, in the parts department. They all were numbered, and I need a fucking front axle for another one. Okay, they did a whole assembly and they just pull it out and put the cars together. I thought it was really cool. I really thought it was cool. Bro, I believe Dar is saying is I'm a good trucker. I'm good to me. Haha, okay. Chicken Hot, Robert Tyke Trucking. What the fuck? Oh man, Chicken Hawk, I'm glad I'm not the only one that doesn't have a clue what Robert's talking about. I love having Robert on the lives, but man, when he's drinking, I can't understand a goddamn word he's saying. Not fucking one. Not a single word. He might as well be talking Chinese, because I need to have Nomadic in here or Stuart in here to translate. Excuse me, I got hiccups all of a sudden. To translate for Robert when he's in. Now, mind you, if he hasn't been drinking, he's good. I can pick through what he's saying to me. But fuck, you put half a dozen pints into him. Jesus, fuck. It's like sitting at the United Nations and there's 27 languages going through there and you don't have a clue what any of them are saying. I don't believe how, ? The first was the best one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got to use your imagination with Robert. That's what it is. I think he's saying this. And then you sit there for a minute and go like this. Well, he could be saying that. By the time he could say 2 sentences and mean 15 things. You just don't fucking know. I don't have a clue. Did you ever see, Mr. Beast, did you ever see, like, I was a Dukes of Hazzard fanatic like when I was a kid, right? I was a young kid when that first came out. Did you ever see the very first episode of how they made the General Lee and where it came from and like how the Duke boys did it? Not the show, but I mean like within the show, how they did it, and then the paint and the reason they were building, the reason they built the General Lee to start with. I can still go back. I could go back and watch from episode 1 up until they took it off the air. Oh, here we go. Dar often uses their imagination about Robert. There you go, Robert. Hey, Robert, let's see if you know what I'm saying. I'm not even going to try to say that. Okay, my brother wants to stir up a hornet's nest and stir up some shit, so here you go. Trump 2024, Alberta petition for sovereignty from Trudeau. Go. I'm not from Alberta, I'm from Ontario. But if I lived in Alberta, I'd say yes. And funny thing is, I don't know where Glenn stands on this. I've never talked my political views with my brother. It's something we've just really never talked about. So I don't know where he stands on that. But if it was me and I lived in Alberta, fuck Alberta. I live in Ontario. Okay. And I would do it in Ontario. But if I was in Alberta, yes. Well, Mr. Beast, yeah. Most people say, "Oh yeah, I watched the show because of the General Lee." Like shit, you did. You watched it for Catherine Bach in those Daisy Duke shorts. I don't give a flying fuck how many goddamn rivers that General Lee can jump over. Watching Daisy come running down and jumping into that yellow, what was that? A Charger? Challenger? No, what the hell was it that she had? Whatever the hell she had. Watching her go run around and jump into that, no problem. Although Trump isn't the answer. Well, unfortunately, Trump is going to be the answer because DeSantis can't beat him. Trump is running and he's going to win. He's going to win the Republicans. He's going to be the Republican leader. DeSantis is the one. He might be the one in your opinion and everybody else, a lot of other people's opinion, but sorry, Trump is going to win the Republican leadership and he's going to be the president of the United States again. And there's fuck all anybody can do about it. I am with you. I'm with your brother. It was a satellite. Thank you, IH. It was a satellite. That sovereignty won't pass. You know how many years shithole Quebec has been trying to get it passed? Yeah, but we're at the point now, Clips, that we're willing to give Quebec away. They don't have to get sovereignty. We'll give them away. Go. Uh, Mr. B's, Dar, just Google trucker jobs in North Carolina. Daisy Duke drove a 71 Plymouth. We don't care about Quebec clips. Thank you. A Plymouth, was it a Roadrunner or was it a Satellite? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. We don't want Quebec. That's for goddamn sure. Just a financial drain. Ask my brother Glenn. Quebec is such a drain. Even Alberta pays for Quebec. Watching Daisy jump into anything is better. Hey, dude, I had her poster on the wall. We all did. Daisy Duke drove a Jeep. She didn't know. She started out driving the Plymouth, and then she progressed to the Jeep. I think her yellow Plymouth got destroyed in an episode. It got wrecked, and then she was gifted. Somebody got her a Jeep or something like that. The General Lee wasn't a Roadrunner. It was a Charger. Satellite Roadrunner. Chicken Hawk. Trump is not a bad president. He kept things moving. Daisy drove a YJ Wrangler. Right. After she drove the Roadrunner or whatever the hell that yellow thing was. She drove the car first, and then she wrecked it, or it got wrecked in some episode, and then she got the Jeep. Still DeSantis. Okay, Dar and Chicken Hawk are going to talk politics. Would be good, Chicken Hawk. I have to get ready. We'll join you later if you're still streaming. No, we're going to get ready to shut this down soon. My eyes are getting a little tired here, and I'm getting a headache. My eyes are fucking doing this from reading. Portuguese trucker. Quebec don't even know how to fix the highways and roads. Imagine being independent. Who cares? I don't give a fuck about Quebec. They can't fix their roads. They can't fix their infrastructure. They can't fix their health care. They can't fix their insurance. They can't fix fuck all, but they can sure take the rest of Canada's fucking money in spades. Dar, morning. I don't know what's going on, but I checked all the blocked accounts and none were yours. I guess you're still talking about Robin. Daisy Duke was hot. I don't give a damn what she drives. I hear you, Chicken Hawk. She could be fucking rolling through on a goddamn big wheel, and I'd hop on her. Daisy Duke's original car was a yellow 1974 Plymouth Roadrunner. Mr. B's to the rescue. Thank you. And then she drove, after she wrecked that, then she drove the Jeep YJ. My bad. Yes, I had to look it up. Well, thank God you did, because I wouldn't have been able to end this live and go to bed not knowing the answer to that question. So fucking thank God you took care of that. Hell of a job there, buddy. Everybody go check out Mr. B's and T's. Just click on his name. I'm not going to tell you what his channel's about. He's got a little YouTube niche going, and it has to do with bees. I learned a bunch of shit the other day I knew nothing about bees just by watching his channel. So if you got nothing to do and you want to educate yourself a little bit on our environment and what the bees do and what they're responsible for, go watch it. Then she went to a 1980 Jeep CJ7 Golden Eagle named Dixie. Jesus Christ. Okay, turn Google off, dude. You're going to hurt yourself. I don't know if you're responsible enough to be doing that much Googling at this hour. You're going to hurt yourself, dude. Bro, good night. I'm going to sleep early. In the morning, I'm rolling. All right, Portuguese trucker. Thank you very, very much for stopping in, brother. Always good to talk to you. Thank you, and working on the channel. You know what, man? Keep going. You're doing great. I like the little clips. I like the clips, the short ones you've got up there so far. Like I said, it never hurts to learn something new. And with that, guys, hopefully we all learned something new tonight. What did we learn? Daisy drove what was it, a 77 Roadrunner first. Then she drove CJ. We learned that. We learned that you cannot overdose on the blue pill. We learned that over 40, you do not trust a fart. Take that one to the bank. That one's important, guys. We learned that Daisy Duke is as hot as AF. Well, I don't think we needed to learn that. Hey, Dar, do you ever listen to Glenn Beck? If not, check him out. Okay, Dar's gonna check him out. I think that's all the important shit we learned. We covered a lot of shit tonight, but the important stuff we got covered there. And Trump's gonna be the next president. So I think, guys, with that, I'm gonna call it a night. I still haven't eaten dinner and I am hungry. So I'm gonna go do that. Bees are awesome. Very important to our survival. Yeah, that's why I'm saying go check it all. Go check it out. Truckers Anonymous is checking in. Dude, just as we're checking in, we're checking out. We're just about to end this. Wait, what I miss? What the fuck are all you guys doing jumping over here? What, did Best cut his live off early or what? Okay, I'll keep going. No, I'm not. Okay, T-Bone, this is what you missed. Daisy Duke is hot as fuck. She drove a 77 Satellite. She drove a Jeep C7 YJ Wrangler. Over 40, you don't trust a fart. What else? Bees are important to the environment. You were on a phone call. You said I said it was going to be short. Well, it is short. It's 4 hours is short for me. Well, actually, these days it's about par. We're doing about 4 hours these days, so 3 to 4 hours. I know, Greg. Now you blow off. I used to do lives. I'd be 6 or 7 hours. Now they expect it of you. You know what? Nomadic threw some cash at me, so I'll sit here all night for $100 and talk to Mark. But the rest of you guys, if you're expecting 8 hours, pony up. Pony up. I'm waiting. Whoo, look at that money fly in there. I guess we're done. No, you can't. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot about that one, Wizard. You cannot OD on Viagra. Boner pills, you cannot. Glenn says I look like Uncle Jesse. Fuck you. You did say at the 23-minute mark you had about 20 more minutes. Don't ever believe me if I say that. If I ever say in the 23-minute mark it's going to be a short one, we're going 4 hours. A short one is 4 hours. Regardless of what I say, it's a 4-hour stream. Don't be a money whore. Listen to Dar telling me don't be a money whore. But 4 hours is good when you're on the road. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, I haven't eaten. I got to go get something to eat. The eyes are getting a little tired here. So, yeah, I'm going to call it a night here. You guys, there's no live on this weekend. So that's why I'm actually doing it today. Because I'm going to get home tomorrow night, Friday it'll be too late by the time I get home. And Saturday, depending on when I get home tomorrow night. Like, if I'm leaving on Sunday, early on Sunday, I don't want to do a live Saturday because it's the only time I have with Dar and the kids, right, and the family. So it cuts into my family time. So usually I like to do them on Friday nights, do the live, and then I've got Saturday and part of Sunday to spend with the family. But if I'm going to be home late tomorrow night, then sorry, guys, we're going to get it done tonight, and there probably won't be on Saturday. So we'll see. I don't know. There might be. Yeah, Dar says maybe he will be on Saturday if he's bored. Wheel Burner Live is a highlight of my weekend. Well, start your weekend. Well, wait a minute. Start your weekend early. OD on Viagra gives you friction burns. You got it. Nomadic. Good night, buddy. Give me a call tomorrow, Mark. Chicken Hawk. I'll tell him to go on. The kids have friends over anyway, and I'm working off and on. Well, if that be the case, I guess I'll see you guys Saturday night. So if you're around Saturday night, then we'll go live Saturday. I think though it's going to be. I'm probably going to go early again. Like tonight, I'll go. I'm going to start probably somewhere. If it works out, I'll go like between 5 and 6. That way, I'm done by 9 or 10. It was getting a little hard to go. I'd start at 7 and I'd be running till 1 in the morning. So anyway, guys, good night. I'm going to eat my dinner. Stop talking so I don't have to keep answering all your fucking questions. Good night, Chicken Hawk. Anonymous, sorry you got in here late, but dude, catch us on Saturday. We got a lot of good shit going on in here tonight. So, guys, good night. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for stopping in. Talk to you later.